Hello and welcome to TTN Presents Alien RPG for our Halloween gauntlet of nonsense. I am really excited to bring you this absurd cast of awesome people. So let me get started quickly by introducing them, starting from the top left to me. Calamity, introduce yourself. Tell people where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Calamity. You can find me all over the internet as Hey Calamity with three Y's at the end. Pronounced she, they. I do all kinds of stuff all over the internet, mostly in the tabletop space.
Heck yeah. Adam, what about you?
Hey there, I'm Adam. You can find me most places at either Adam5GMs or at AdamCGG. For the most part, I also do a bunch of TTRPG stuff. I do some magic stuff. Specifically, I am a part of kind of the founder and one of the cast members of Crit Award winning Five Gems in a Trench Coat. Come check us out. We're an AP podcast. We cycle through games. It's super fun. It's a lot of fun over there. Come visit.
Heck yeah. And Nick.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick Francia. I'm the creative director over at Gehenna Gaming, and I'm a TTRPG streamer, but also the lead designer of a little game that got on backer kit called Eldritch Automata. I love horror. I love Alien. This has been my bread and butter since day one, and I'm super excited to kind of come full circle because I ran your first Alien game,
You
and
stole my
now
thunder. I was going to say that. Yes.
oh, I'm so
But
sorry.
before we get to that, Andy, introduce yourself.
I'm Andy Margolski, Margomods Games Online. Primarily, I'm a TTRPG writer. I mostly do D&D work. I recently finished a Kickstarter for a murder mystery campaign, so if that's something you're interested in, you can find it at Murders at Lorlock Manor. I'm currently working on a bestiary of weird alien creatures, so when I was invited to do this game, I thought it was very exciting, because now I get to cosplay a scientist, which I also am in real life.
Heck yes. And I am Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and Crit Award nominated AP performer this year. I also am part of Tabletop Tailspinners and am really excited to bring this to you. And yes, this is a full circle moment because my first time playing Alien RPG was with Nick running it at PAX East a handful of years ago. And I am really excited to now murder him. This is going to be great. But first, before we get started, I wanted to ask all of you, what is your favorite Alien movie moment? Jump in. I'm not calling on anybody.
Um, spoiler alert for Alien Romulus. I think this took the cake for me. Originally, my original OG favorite moment was specifically the horror of the first chest burster and like just everyone's reaction, but the perfect twist of shining the light on the back to x-ray what's going on. And I think they also did it really well with like when you have severe blunt force trauma to the body, you will seize, like you'll go into shock, and they did it wonderfully. And it's a moment, and it's a great moment, and I think it really takes the cake for best like chest burst in my opinion.
Okay. What about anybody else? Have any moments? Because I have one if you don't. Nick, you look like you're
I
ready.
think...
Oh, Andy, go.
Oh, okay, go ahead. You go first.
No, you go first. No, it came to you more excitedly, so it's got to be better.
Well, I'm sort of a science nerd, so I just love the idea of the very first facehugger where they're in that lab and they're trying to pry it off, and they just try all of the like common sense things of like, well, cut off a leg. Oh no, acid is eating through our ship. Just like all of the little pieces of the problem that it serves, and then of course the laying the eggs and the chest burster later for like the payoff was just I think it's awesome. It's so creepy.
What was yours, Nick?
So funny. I'm kind of in the same boat where like I had one, and then Alien Romulus gave me another, like a one that kind of like overrided it. Originally, my favorite moment is the speech from Alien 3, where Charles Dutton's character is saying like, do you want to just sit here and die? He's like, well, fuck that shit. I'm dying on my 2 feet. Let's fight that thing. That was always cool because like we never got like a resounding like we're gonna fight this thing. It's always been like we're gonna run away from it. And then Alien Romulus, there's a scene with Gravity where they find out they can't get acid on the floor because it's going to decompress the ship, so they turn the gravity off so they could kill. And just that whole sequence is just really smart, and I'm like, I would never have thought of that.
Yeah. What about you, Calamity? You've been quiet.
That's because I'm thinking so hard. And the only thing I could come up with, any moment with Jones.
Oh, Jonesy. Yes. Okay, I can accept that. Jonesy
I
is
love
just
it with
like
Jonesy.
a cute, sweet demon, right? Like Jonesy
Yeah.
always looks mad, and I'm here for that. Jonesy fits into the world. For me, I think it's and like Aliens and Alien 3 were really important to me as a kid because I used to go watch them when we'd go to my aunt and uncle's for like holidays, and they had a finished basement and a laser disc player, and we'd go sit down and watch those three movies and like jingle all the way. But there's that like side shot of the xenomorph in the first movie where its arms are extended, and there's like voice like singing in a high register over like this thrumming harsh music, and it just sounds religious and horrible. And it's that like moment where you're just seeing the creature for the first time, and it really captures, I think, the terror of the thing. And it really I think that moment in particular really redefined science fiction forever. And I love it. And that moment for me, I think, is really critical to the whole series and important for the genre because I think it really helped define whatever came after. But let's play our little version of this universe. So, you are on a long hauler. You took on an unusual job. You all are part of a crew you've worked together before, and you signed on with a Wayland-Yutani hauling job that will take years. You are in an overwhelmingly extended cryo sleep because you were given a rare opportunity for paid shore leave at the end of this haul to the Bevan 976 Resort Colony, which is a dual colony of a mining operation and one of the first like examples of what colonial expansion could achieve under Wayland-Yutani business when it first started. So this is something you never really thought that you could achieve as just space truckers. But given this rare opportunity, you all signed on. So we come up, of course, to space within Bevan 976. Starting in silence, we can imagine a camera panning through your ship, right? LEDs blinking and computers humming with blank screens clicking in the calm. We see a lingering shot of our characters, you guys, in extended cryosleep, peaceful and still, and we can cut to other parts of the ship. There's a kitchen. There's someone's bunk with a photo of a loved one tucked behind a padded panel. There's the science bay, sterile, clean, and orderly. And then we come to a silent shot of Mother's room. We see screens on the back wall observing every part of the ship. There's a reverse, silent shot of Mother's screen, close up. There's a hum, and she comes to life with a blip. Screaming against the silence, text appears. Passive navigation systems endpoint clearance detected. Mother 6000 system activating. Systems power cycle initiating. Life support systems activating. Systems confirmed. All crew health signs valid. Initiating cryosystems wake cycle alpha. Bevan 976 Colonial Systems Security ping complete. Waiting. Colonial Systems Security check verified. Confirmation. Cargo intact and staged for deployment. Confirmation. Wayland-Yutani communications update received. Confirmation. Response submitted. Confirmation. All systems go. Project goals on target. Shore leave granted and funds transmitted. Captain notification complete. So as your Mother 6000 whirs into activity and the ship has begun to wake, your cryopods have initiated their wake cycles and you begin to rouse. This has been a severely extended wake cycle, as I said, and for good reason. This is a shitty, long job, but with a unique payoff. You've been asleep for years. Good morning, sunshine. Who wakes up first?
Um, I think I think Henry might get up first. This isn't his first rodeo. He
Okay.
is a kind of a career roughneck. He's doing this often. Maybe not this specifically, right? But
Mm-hmm.
something like this. So I think he might be the first to rouse.
Good. Roll me stamina, please.
Okay. Quick. I apologize. Stamina. So if I have stamina 3, I roll 3 dice and then add my strength to it.
Yes.
I take the highest dice, or I add all the dice together.
You look for sixes. So did you get any sixes?
No 6s.
Oh, well, add a stress. And you just begin like feeling nauseous and heaving, and you lean over blindly the side of the cryopod and begin vomiting.
Yeah.
Who wakes up next? Let's say Calamity. Who are you? Who wakes up in your cryotube?
So in the cryotube is Joanna Pierce. They are about like 5'4", like very like rough looking. This is their first rodeo. They are not happy. I think that when they are aroused, they are immediately like groaning and just sick and complaining and swearing under their breath and just not
So let's
happy.
say you manage to sit upright before you have to roll your stamina. Roll me stamina, please.
Oh, we're stamina now. Okay.
Yeah, and everybody else, prepare your stamina rolls. We'll see how you do.
Um. Okay, so plus. Wait. So which one's the skill? Oh, plus the
So,
skill. Okay.
yep.
Plus
So
stress.
strength plus stamina. Yep.
All right, and that's how many dice I roll,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I type in this thing. Okay, I'm using.
Yes.
Yeah, I did it right. Okay, I got one success actually.
Okay, so you managed to keep your goo down because there's no lunch. There hasn't been a long time.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. And you
still
won't take
unhappy.
additional stress, but you feel miserable, and your vision is just barely coming back. Nick, how about you? Who are you? Oh, you are muted, my friend.
Every time. Um, in the pod next, as the cryopod opens, you see Kennedy Vega. Um, he is a man about kind of not like mousy. He's like 5'10", 5'11", long dark hair that's like currently tied up into a bun for sleeping, and just the darkest circles under his eyes. He does have his cap on. Doesn't leave home without it or cryo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also gonna roll stamina.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I'm also blowing
Oh,
my lunch.
all right. So how does this look for you?
I think it looks up and he just like adjusts himself. Hope the coffee isn't shit. Looks over at Henry and goes, "Good idea," and just starts hurling.
And Andy, who wakes up in your cryotube?
Her name is Lane Mallory. She's, I guess, probably sleeping in like a tracksuit or something. She's got sort of sleek black hair. She's probably about like 5'6". And I'll do my stamina roll.
Yeah.
I did get a 6.
Oh, goody. So, yeah, you managed to keep yourself together, but you are miserable. I imagine like a throbbing migraine is just at the edges of your brain. And this just like meaningful desire to eat, but also light everything on fire. So, how are you all proceeding? You know that you're woken up a little early before you arrive at Bevan. Um, what do you do to sort of get yourselves together?
Well, so I know I've got to de-stress, and Henry tends to, I think, go about getting ready like any working man would, right? So I think he puts on the rest of his working clothes. I don't think he sleeps with any like tools or tool belts or whatnot in his cryo sleep. It
Hmm.
would be too encumbersome, and so I think he kind of fucking the coffee's always shit, you know that, and kind of goes. I think he gets his cup of coffee and just begins getting ready, and then once he's done with that, starts kind of whittling at just a little piece of wood that he keeps on him, that he sort of whittles into nothing.
Okay. Anybody else? You get ready, you get washed, I assume. Um, does anyone check in on the captain, who also got out of his cryotube and failed his stamina roll?
Absolutely not. Fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting up. I'm going straight for the coffee. I'm still in my skivvies,
Just covered in goop.
just covered in goop.
Yup. There's strands of hair clinging to your face.
Once I put the pot on to start making coffee, I can go take a shower. But everyone in this crew will thank me in like 10
Mhm.
minutes.
Okay. All right. So you all begin to bustle around the ship, check on the systems. You find everything is operational. You have a little bit of time to recover from your cryo sleep before you have to go through the difficult job of unloading the ship manually. Um, the captain is going to stay behind while you go down to the surface. He intends to join you later on, sort of mid shore leave, because he has more stuff to take care of. So you have some stuff to prepare for, and I intend for a bit of a montage in this working effort. So here is the task before you. After you get through your food and recovery time, you still don't fully feel complete because you were under for so long, but it's good enough. Um, this last major task before shore leave has to be completed, and that means unloading hundreds and hundreds of these tanks off of your ship and down to Bevan 976, the mining colony. Um, you don't know much more about them than that, but you do know that they are non standard material, which is why they have to be manually transferred. So the four of you are obligated to take the loader down and then unload. What are some ways you all want to help contribute here? I have some suggestions, but I'd like to hear your ideas first.
You said that it was sensitive material, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think the first thing that Lane would do is just inspect sort of the containers and make sure that there aren't any like sort of leaks or I don't know malfunctions with these containers.
Yeah, sure. Make me an observation roll. So wits plus observation.
Okay, I'm good at that. I got a 6.
Okay, great. So yeah, everything seems intact, and Mother also confirms that the cargo was unaltered during travel. So no leaks are found from the contents whatsoever. They were built to last, so it all looks good. Is there anything else you'd like to inspect?
I think as I'm doing it, I also want to sort of inspect my crewmates, get a sort of
Okay.
vibe check. I want to see like who's sort of happy to be here because it's shore leave and who's sort of still in a bad mood,
Hmm.
not feeling too happy.
How are you doing this?
I think that what I would do is sort of awkwardly lean in and listen to other conversations because I am a socially awkward person.
Then roll me
Just sort
empathy.
of like hover and be
Yeah.
like, hmm.
Then roll me empathy plus manipulation,
So that's not something I'm good at.
which tracks with the
Yeah.
awkward.
So if I get any ones in addition to 6s, is that still bad?
If they are stress dice, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And I currently have no stress. Well, I just got a 1 and no 6s.
Okay, all right. So without stress dice in your pool, you are fine. So you don't really glean anything.
Okay.
Maybe everybody's focused, or they're still kind of dealing with the after effects of such extended cryo sleep. Who are you trying to listen to or like engage with? Is there anyone in particular?
So I think if the captain is around, it would be them, but also anybody who's just nearby. So anybody who like immediately starts trying to unload these containers.
Yeah, so who else is engaging with the cargo to prepare for getting over to Bevan?
Yeah, I think Henry gets to work kind of immediately. It's let's get this. Let's go ahead and get this shit out of the way. Get our money, and he's just. I don't think he even inspects anything. He just starts moving boxes. Like that's fucking
So
box
are
gets
you
a
just
dollar, I get a
literally
dime.
like picking up like object A and moving it over like 5 feet and then just moving it back when no one's looking? Is that literally what you're doing?
I think that if there's no clear direction at the moment, yeah, just to be busy. As soon as there's like a clear direction to getting rid of, I also have heavy machinery, so if we have anything that I could start moving them with and won't break them, I'll do that.
Yeah, okay. So what I will say is as you're doing all of this, Mallory is kind of awkwardly hanging around and you're not sure why. It's weird. But if you want to do this and kind of get away with it without the captain yelling at you, give me, I think, an empathy plus manipulation roll to make it look like you're doing something.
And then I roll an additional die because I have a stress die. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And make sure you know which die is the stress die because you
Yeah.
need to know.
My
Yeah.
little pink one is gonna be my stress die.
Okay.
I got a 1 on my stress die.
Oh God. So roll on the panic table,
All right.
which means you're gonna roll a d6 plus your current stress level and tell me what you got.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. So you keep it together. Like it's been rough. So you
Yeah.
manage to keep it together, but you're like right on the edge. No,
I
even
miss
though
my
you
family.
reduced your stress. All
Just
right.
like first off, someone's already screaming. Like,
Yeah. Fucking, I can't do this anymore. I
Yeah.
miss
can't
my
do this.
family.
Was one
I
of you
knock
a,
a box over.
yeah, was one of you a pilot? That's what I thought. All right. So you are close enough to Bevan 976 to start your landing cycle to deal with the security checks for the colony and to get down to the surface. So I would like you to give me a piloting check.
Okay. This is my best ability. Let's hope
Yep. So everyone is loaded and locked, and you're going to bring this cargo down.
There we go. 3 successes.
All right. Then you just ace in the hole. You land that into the spaceport.
Oh, I'm
of
showing off.
Yeah. And I should say that on Bevan 976, the spaceport is on the industrial side because that makes the most logistic sense for resources. So there's a spaceport there kind of elevated above this industrial complex, which is this like big, clunky mining sort of facility where they're digging underneath the facility with the like mining tunnels beneath it. And there's a massive power plant in the center. And the spaceport is off to the side. And when you look as you land, you can see that there's this expansive jungle landscape. And in the distance is a glittering cerulean ocean. And connecting the two is this line that goes straight from the industrial facility.
Question. Do we have like everyone on comms, I'm assuming? Do we have like the little like private comms at each like section?
Between the four of you?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
on the ship? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm going to and if it doesn't, if someone overhears it, that's perfectly fine. But Kennedy's gonna reach out to both Joanna and Henry and just be like, also, Sweet Home Alabama is playing, blasting through the
Mhm.
cockpit as it usually does on landing.
Just blaring.
Yeah, just blaring. And he
Does
goes,
everyone else hate it or love it or both?
Hates it.
Mhm.
Both.
and being just being like, look at that beautiful ocean. I wonder if they forgot about the bonus situation. Is this a good time to bring up the bonus situation? Do you know if we're getting a bonus or not? Should we talk to them about it?
I heard something about double time. We should definitely bring it up sooner than later. I
Yeah,
don't want to.
we
Agreed.
should talk to the captain and that and our stuck up little scientist.
Ugh.
I don't. I mean, I don't hope the scientist doesn't have anything to do with our pay.
You
Is
can
Henry having this conversation right next to me?
Oh my gosh.
All I know is anyone that doesn't get their hands dirty, it doesn't understand our
Oh,
ways.
these space folk and their soft hands, right?
Yeah, the soft hands. That's what we're calling them. The rest of
I'm gonna go
Soft
and move a
hands hold all
box.
the money.
and you can hear over the comms, Captain Cranston just goes, I can hear you guys. You're getting your
Right,
bonus.
it was a
We're
joke.
getting our shore leave.
Oh, perfect.
Yo, Captain, let's land this thing.
I do believe you are the one to land the thing.
Lit-
He is a humorless son of a bitch.
the humorless son of a bitch.
All right, so you land it, you open it up, and like the guys who work there are supported by a bunch of working Joe synths. So that's what you have to work with, but you are responsible for unloading this. You can use some of their resources. They have unloaders, things like that. So Joanna, what is your specialty? What the hell do you do on the ship?
I think that's something that Joanna's trying to figure out. I think like they kind of sweet talked their way into this job, being someone who's kind of newer to it, and so they kind of are going with the flow. Someone's like, "Oh, you can do this, right?" They're like, "Yeah, I can totally. I'll figure that one out."
Yeah,
Yep.
so there's like some asshole from Space Boston is like, "Hey there, how you doing? Go get one of those loaders. Drive one of those loaders. You can use that. You can move this stuff over where it needs to go. It needs to go on that bay. It'll go down the elevator. It'll be fine. So you get over there. All right?"
All right. And we'll mosey their way over there in their own time, but we'll get it done.
Mhm. And
Not
if you're
not never fast.
Yep, and if you're gonna okay, if you're gonna do that, agility or piloting, I'll let you choose one of those. Um, what is Kennedy doing? How are you gonna help unload?
Uh, I'm the pilot.
Yeah, would you also like to grab a loader? Do you feel like you'd be good with helping manage logistics? What would you like to do?
I'm. Am I like actually being told like get up and go help them? Because I'd just be sitting in the cockpit like once we land, being like twiddling my thumbs.
Well, I mean, if you want to piss off your colleagues and make them do all the work and make this take longer, and then you don't get to your shore leave faster.
I guess I will use the loader to help unload.
Okay. So yeah, roll me actually I should have said heavy machinery or piloting is what I should have said before. Um another option would be to stage cargo as well to make it easier to use the loader. Uh, what would Henry like to do? Would you like to do staging? Would you like to help manage logistics? We've already verified the cargo up on the ship, so I think we're okay there. And or would you like to try empathy and do some leadership slash management work and try to get these guys moving faster?
Oh, I want to try that.
Henry is notoriously bad with people and is just here to move shit and get some money. Um, but seeing that like moving shit, like the vehicles have already kind of been taken up, he's just gonna start giving pointers, but in like a brusque kind of unfun way. No, you're moving it wrong. You have it on the wrong shift. You're gonna crash the. You're gonna drop the boxes. You're gonna drop the boxes, and I'll roll empathy for that to see if I can guide them.
Yeah, that would be a command roll. And then
Okay.
yeah, what is Lane Mallory gonna do?
I think that she's sort of speaking up, being like, there's been some confusion. My name is Lane Mallory. You all know me, I think, very well. You refer to me as the scientist. Doctor would be okay, um, but please just call me Lane. I want us all to get along. Oh wait, hold on. That container shouldn't go there. No, no, no. And she's gonna sort of like try to direct people to load up. Probably something that they're already doing correctly that she's identified as something wrong.
All right. I'm going to give you a
Uh,
choice here between wits plus observation or empathy plus command. And while you're rolling
Wits.
that, how did Joanna do?
Joanna got one success.
Ooh.
So doing pretty good. I
Okay.
do think as they're listening to Lane though, they give like the biggest, most dramatic eye roll, and even like as it's working, we'll be like
Mhm.
is that kind of person, like like kind of like mimicking, and like I don't know if she's really paying too much attention to see if anyone kind of checks her on that, but that's what she's doing.
Alrighty. And let's see. What about Henry? How'd you do?
Apologies, I'm Henry. I got one success and I did not roll a one on my stress die again, so we're okay.
Okay. Okay. And then what about Vega?
I got 2 successes, so doing pretty good. I imagine something happens, and you just hear him start yelling against one of the dock workers because that's just being like, "I'm loading here."
Okay. Okay. All right. That's excellent. And then Mallory.
So I did get 1 6.
Okay. Okay.
And I rolled the wits plus observation, if that makes a difference.
Yeah, that helps. Okay, great. So you all do manage to get successes, which I thought I'd have at least one failure here, which is great. That means you all managed to do this in really solid time. Somehow all of you who hate your jobs and don't want to be here and suck with people have managed to manage yourselves and each other fast enough to get this done efficiently, which means you can get on your way to the Bevan 976 Resort Hotel. So you wrap up your job, and it's time to travel across the colonial planetoid. And you get to the hypertube, where you careen over the thick alien jungle in a rapid transit, magnetically driven vessel. There is flashing across the windows a jungle of many hues in greens, of course, but also flourishes of pink and blue and red slashing by as you travel down at ridiculous speeds on the Wayland Yutani Superloop. And you make your way to Bevan 976 Resort Hotel. When you get there, it may be nearly 100 years old at this point, and the paint may be chipping, but this is one of the most beautiful landscapes ever colonized. And as you get off of the hypertube, you hear an ad play, which our producer Haven has prepped for you. I hope we can hear it here.
Welcome to Bevid 976 by Wayland Yutani, where world-class resort meets world-class mining in a perfect blend of work-life balance. Split 50-50 on the planetoid, the two halves are linked together via thousands of kilometers of hypertube, making travel quick and convenient. Now, it's time to relax the way you weigh. Enjoy a signature cocktail on the beach's pink sands while gazing into those serene cerulean waters with the knowledge that we appreciate you.
Okay, so I am also informed that it would not actually play in our ears. So what I can do is download it and put it into our group chat so that way everybody in the group chat can also hear it, because it is a fantastic thing that I'm very proud of having my friends help me make. So everybody can have a quick little listen while I am talking. So you walk out of the hypertube and you make your way towards this massive resort, but you have to get there by golf cart. So you get yourselves on an adjacent parked golf cart and you get over to this pink sandstone entrance with massive arches and water features. And you walk your way into this enormous lobby that looks like Miami 1985 exploded and died. You have teal and pink, like synthetic stone and marble with rose gold features arrayed all over the place. And what you see are really old looking or old style Wayland Yutani synths from before they bought Terrell Corp, before they started looking particularly human. So they are a little unsettling, kind of like the Working Joes. But they are very helpful. And when you walk in, you have this massive lobby. There is an east wing with rooms and a west wing with rooms. And when you go through, you can get out to the pool, deck, and ocean. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go get me a drink and I'm gonna put my feet in that pool.
Hmm. You have many options because you have extra time. There is a little mini game here where you actually can do all sorts of fun things like windsurfing, scuba diving or snorkeling. You could do some wine and painting. There are trivia nights, horseback riding, paragliding, anything your imaginations can dream up. This incredible resort with its pink sands and its cerulean ocean, which are remarkable and almost unique in all of the colonies, and its incredible sunsets are available to you, and everything is free. And given your extra time, you actually can come up with 3 options, and you may or may not get some boons. So, uh, what would, let's say, Kennedy like to do?
Ooh, all right. I was afraid you were gonna call me first. Um, First, Kennedy is going to go to and stuff his face with food. I don't know if
Mhm.
there's like one of those resort buffets, but or tiki bar and get some
Oh,
like
several.
burger. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There is a poolside tiki bar in the main pool that overlooks the ocean. It is huge and its drinks are immaculate.
Oh, absolutely. He's tearing that
Mhm.
up.
Yep. And there is a synthetic server with like a flat affect face who can just make any tiki drink you could ever hope for. This is the lap of luxury.
Did you
And
want us to name all the activities or just the one for now?
for that one right now, you're good. And it just so happens that with this, if you need to later on, you can remember this moment and maybe reduce some stress. What about Joanna? What are you going to do?
So I realized I forgot to describe Joanna before.
Hmm.
Joanna is has this, I don't know what the hairstyle is called, but it's Ramona Flowers. That's basically her hair. Except she's got like little braids in the sides and little like kind of stuff stuck all in it. But as soon as she gets to the resort, the first thing she does is changes, brushes out her hair, makes like puts on a bunch of makeup, like dresses to the nines, looks as fancy as possible, puts on some heels and going to probably go to the bar and get a flight and a charcuterie board.
That's amazing. And also, same effect here. You can save that memory for reducing stress later. I love that. What does Lane want to do?
I think that she is going to do what I would do, which is
Hmm.
go to the restaurant and pick out sort of the most boring looking food of the bunch. Anything
Uh-huh.
that like doesn't have much color, no sauce, just like the absolute most boring things with like a glass of wine and take her little tray or whatever it's on to go sit next to Kennedy.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll let you reduce stress as well. I'm fine with that. All right. I did not anticipate this. So what does your conversation look like? Paint a picture for me.
I think that honestly the first thing that happens is she sits at the same table but like across from Kennedy to make sure that there's like enough distance that you don't have to engage if you don't want to, but she's like close enough that you could. And so she just sort of like, positions herself to, try to engage in conversation, but does none of the things to start it.
Kennedy is in a Hawaiian shirt now, but the hat still remains. And
Perfect.
in between gulps, he like just like looks up as he's like sipping very loudly this huge tiki drink. Oh, what's up? Checking names because I already forgot. What's up,
Lane.
Lane?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just really excited to be here. You did a great job landing the ship. I was really impressed. You're really good at your job.
Oh, thank you. I mean, pilot. It's what I'm hired for. It's what I'm good at. It's why the captain keeps me around, begrudgingly, but still keeps me around.
Yeah, I was surprised to see you sort of doing some of the other work too. You're such a valuable member of the crew.
And I think
You,
like Kennedy like narrows his eyes a little bit, like, yeah, 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 we're all pretty valuable to each other, right? Yeah. Like he's very suspicious now. It's so this is the carrot. Where's the stick?
I was wondering.
Here we
Um, I really wanted to sort of take a walk around the island and look at some of the sort of alien fauna, and they have some really nice rocks here. And I was wondering if maybe you would like to come with me. I assume it's safe, but I would just feel so much better with somebody as valuable as you with me.
Sure. Why not?
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
oh
mean, fauna's cool, I guess. I was gonna go take a dip in the ocean and maybe windsurf, but it's good to see some plants every once in a while. I mean, we haven't touched grass in over a year, literally.
well, I don't think that there's any grass here, but we can look.
Lead the way. I'm gonna get a refill.
And then moving from that, Lane, what would you like to do? Would you like to maybe do wine and painting, golf, horseback riding, beachside drinking, windsurfing?
Sorry, was that to me or to Henry?
Oh, did I say Lane? I meant Henry. I apologize. Yeah.
I think Henry looks. I realized I didn't describe Henry as in depth as I could have as well. Henry is so first off, he's this like 6'2", 6'3", kind of big man. He's just a big working dude. He eats a lot. He's pushing the threes, maybe even like low 300s. He's a big fella, big arms, big tummy. He knows what he does. He moves boxes.
Hell yeah.
Um, and he's looking to get his feet done. He's looking to go get a foot scrub. His feet need a little TLC, some light, maybe even have like a little eye cover, and just get his skin taken care of. His hands are like calloused and rough and bruised. He wants to take care of himself. You can't burn the candle at both ends, you know.
I love this. I'm imagining him like at just like in a chair, towel on his head, cucumbers on the eyes, like hand out with just this like synth just like doing his nails and just chatting with him.
Mhm.
Yes, tell me about your life back on Earth.
Oh well, you know, Nancy Dunn moved out with the kids after the last couple of jobs, and it's just been me for a bit, and so I just keep taking more and more work, and he just on and on and on, and at this point, it's really just the job, and as much as I dislike these people, they are like I guess my best friends, and I don't know how to express that to them, and so here I am talking to you instead of getting dinner with one of them, and. Do you guys have drinks here? I'm getting a little thirsty.
Ah, yes, of course. What can I offer you?
Something strong.
Ah, of course. Would you like a pearl diver?
Sure.
And then one will come in rapidly. And for that, I think you can get an extra die to manipulation.
Is that
Okay.
is that for the next time I roll manipulation?
No, that's on your character sheet.
Oh, dude. Thank you.
It won't matter. That's the best part. None of this matters. So, that's why I can be so generous. With that, on your first day, those are like your chosen activities for your first day. The next day, so Lane, you wanted to go hiking and you wanted to take Kennedy on this next period. So let's go to that first. Well, the other two were thinking about what they want to do next. And it can literally be anything you do at an all-inclusive resort where boomers go. Just think about that. So, you wanted to go hiking. What did you want to see? There are nearby mountain trails, there are cliff sides. There is also like the long and extensive like pink beach. There is a lagoon.
I think that Lane would do, and I think this is probably why some of the crew doesn't like her very much. She would do whatever's the most grueling.
Mhm.
So she would pick sort of like the most intense hike. And so she would roll up in the morning with like, you know, real heavy duty hiking boots, like
Mhm.
full on outfit for hiking. She's like prepped to the nines to go on this whatever the tallest mountain is.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so out past the East Wing are the main hiking trails through the jungle, and they are manicured. And they go along this cliffside where you can look over and see the Cerulean Ocean crashing against these like white and pink cliffs. And then in the distance is this tall mountain the trails go up that is snow-capped. So you both go? Can you
Begrudgingly.
Yeah, give me stamina rolls, please.
Oh no.
okay.
This is a heavy day of hiking. I hope you remembered water.
One success, but that's all you need.
Mhm.
I failed.
You
Or
failed.
wait,
Well,
hold on. I have to make sure that I rolled enough dice.
that's fine. So
I did fail.
fail or you failed. Okay. So
Well, I didn't get any successes. That's a failure, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So what that means is that you both can climb the mountain, but what I'm imagining is Lane is just like by the time you get about halfway up. And Kennedy, how are you dealing with this straggling scientist just weak and noodly limbed behind you?
No, Kennedy. I think Kennedy is actually probably not going to be like a dickhead about this.
Mhm.
He's probably like, a little more active. And he's like sweating and everything. He's got like his hiking boots on,
Yep.
the pants, still a Hawaiian shirt. It's probably had some sweat through it though. And he's just gonna turn to Lane and goes, "Yeah, it takes a lot out of you. Let me tell you, when I used to work on Orion Station, all we used to do all day before we got a pilot was just climb these fucking vent shafts all day, 8 hours."
Oh man, I think that the cryo really took some out. I usually am so ready for. I think I chose the wrong mountain.
We could go back down. There's still enough time to just hit the beach.
And
I
it's funny you say that because the failure means that you get back at like 11:30 at night. Things are open, but because it's synth run basically, but everyone else is gone except for like a few like old men in a hot tub. Like that's all that's left. But I will say you did climb up that mountain and you learned something. So we're going to give you +1 die each to survival. What did Joanna want to do today?
I think Joanna's gonna go windsurfing. I think this is
Hell
windsurfing day.
yeah, paint me a picture as you're windsurfing on this cerulean ocean.
Yeah, I think sleeps in, doesn't get up early or anything. Will not get
Mhm.
up early for anything. Doesn't even matter if it's vacation stuff. But gets up, eats a giant breakfast, and then goes out and maybe like um the word that's coming to me is pilot, but what is it for a ship?
A captain?
Yeah, the captain, like, probably, like, flirts with the captain, sees if he'll, like, get her some free drinks or something, like, she's trying to get every perk she can get,
You know
or
what?
while being
Roll me
there.
manipulation.
Uh-oh. Okay. That's not great for me, but we'll see how this goes. Oh, whoa, wait. How did that work?
What'd you get?
Oh, because I roll plus
Empathy.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah, that was 3 successes.
Heck yeah. So the drinks were gonna be free, but you did you did get
The
doubles and
VIP.
a room number if you want it later. Just saying. So you wanted to go windsurfing. What's it look like while you're windsurfing on these incredible waters?
I've never been windsurfing personally,
I mean, I
but
haven't either, but I've seen cooler people than me windsurf.
cooler people than me.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say that Joanna looks about that cool. Just
Mhm.
like letting their hair, like the longer part of it, like fly back, like kind of doing like maybe some like minor, like kind of daring stuff, some like minor tricks or something,
Mhm.
and yeah, like tries to push for like extra time out there than like she should. And,
Okay, so I'm going to give you an option here. You can either take a reduction to stress at some point later on in the game,
mm.
or you can take an extra die to mobility. Pick one.
Ooh, I'll take
And
an
while
extra die to mobility.
okay, you do that. It's interesting these choices. What we think matters. And what does Henry want to do on this second round?
So I think after his conversation with the synth, he tries to go find all of his crewmates to maybe do
Mhm.
something together. No one's in their rooms. He immediately feels shut down on reaching out, and he's like, "That was foolish." And he's, but I think he does. He goes. I think he not scuba diving, but I think he snorkels.
Oh yeah.
Nancy always wanted to try snorkeling, he's trying to get out there. He's trying to get out there a little more, and he's gonna do some solo snorkeling. Definitely takes a drink with him, ruins it immediately because he dives underwater and it gets full of water.
I love it. Okay, yeah. So this is so precious. Eventually, I think he figures it out. You can see these like weird alien fish and eels and like blue seaweed and like odd shellfish that look strange to a human eye because they're very different like geometry from what earth animals look like, but they're cute in their odd alien disturbing way. Like cute and ugly at the same time. My favorite flavor. So what I'm going to say is you can get a reduction in stress later on down the road, or you can get a bonus die to stamina or survival, your choice.
I'll go ahead and add a bonus die to survival.
Okay. All right, second day. What do folks want to do? Any thoughts here? Because it could be anything. I know you're kind of spoiled for choice, and that can make it hard. Um, but it's sort of like lame boomer activities at these resorts, so that at least gives you some structure.
I
Uh,
tried. I think I try to get us together to bowl or like play like shuffleboard or something. I I think I sign us up for something and
yeah.
I pretend that like the synths did it, and I was like, oh, this. I guess we could all do this together. It's fine. Like
All
I
right.
didn't really have anything planned today.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
give you
was
a choice.
just thinking shuffleboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a choice: shuffleboard or wine and painting. Shuffleboard?
Shuffleboard.
Okay, great. So yes, it's all shuffleboard. So you're all there, and like there's a synth like servant. I hate that word here, but that's what it makes sense. Like teaching you all how to play shuffleboard, and it's kind of awkward, but it makes sense. And they're trying to like encourage you. Who? So is Henry the cheerleader? No.
I think he wants to be in his heart, but he can't bring himself to do it.
All right. So what does this look like? What's Kennedy doing here?
Kennedy has ordered enough drinks to run out the bar, and he's like, "Hey, I'm okay with shuffleboard. I went hiking the day before. If this is what we're doing on our last day, then
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna get drunk doing it."
Okay. What is his favorite tiki drink?
Ooh, definitely like a Bahama Mama.
Yeah, I was like thinking that or a zombie or like a painkiller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. How is Lane taking this shuffleboard game?
I think she is unironically really excited,
Uh-huh.
and it's probably really annoying because she keeps trying to get people to like play more rounds while they're just like chilling, having a drink, and having like a good conversation with somebody else. She's like, "Does anybody want to play shuffleboard with me? I'm I'm having such a great time." And they use slightly different rules than they normally do, and yeah.
Okay. And what about Joanna? How's Joanna dealing with this? Forced social
Joanna
fun.
does not like this. Joanna's pissed. But I think she kind of got cornered into it, and too many people were like, "Oh yeah, let's go," and so she's like, "Okay, fine."
All right.
So she kind of like tries to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab another drink," and like not come back until somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to play?"
Okay.
I think she maybe gets roped into it like one or two times. And she like puts in an effort, but she's actually just so afraid that she's going to be bad and unimpressive that she just kind of like downplays. She's like, "I've never, it's like, it's a stupid game. And like, I don't even like, oh, there we go. Huh. Like, doesn't even like really try, but just because she's so afraid if she does, like, she's actually not
Okay.
going to do very well."
All right. So what I'll say is for this one, Kennedy and Joanna, you can get a free stress reduction at some point later on down the road. And for Lane and Kennedy, you can get that or an additional die to ranged combat. Your choice. So, as you're playing through your day of forced fun or willing fun, depending on which one you are, um, the day begins to pass, and all of a sudden, something happens. You notice that, like, the music that was playing by the pool behind you stops. All of the synths around you slump.
I would immediately check on the synths.
Looks like it must be sleep time.
Probably just a power outage or maybe a pulse or something.
Ugh, they should give us something for this.
Yeah, we should get an extra day or something.
We
This
should
is
get an extra day.
ridiculous.
I need you all to add a stress because as the power has gone out and emergency resources are attempting and failing to reactivate, you realize you have never heard silence like this before, where all you can hear is the sound of the ocean or the light breeze on the wind in the trees. Usually, if it's silence, it's the dead silence of space, and there's a calm static somewhere. There's never this. There's no mechanical sound.
At least it happened in our last day. You know, it'll be fine. Whatever. It's we got some R&R. We can go back home. Yeah.
Um, yeah, but speaking of going back home, if I mean, this should resolve itself. It always does. But if the power's out, how do we get back to the ship?
And suddenly, all of the synths wake back up, and their eyes have shifted color to red. Please cooperate. This is for your safety. We must return you to your rooms. And the one near you begins screaming as it is beginning to call other synths nearby for aid to restrain you and bring you to your room.
I think we should just cooperate. This seems important. I think we should listen.
I take this
Joanna fully
poorly.
fights. Takes
I
it
take this-
horribly.
I take this poorly so fast.
Yeah, so what do you want to do? Are you're in your beach clothes playing shuffleboard, and this robot is starting to attack.
I'm just gonna pick the robot up and try to like bane it. Like
You know,
just,
before that, I think it's about time to roll some initiative.
Oh my god.
Why don't you roll me a d10?
oh my goodness. I got a 3.
Yeah. All right. So Henry got a 3, and then
How do you roll a d20 and roll 20?
so you can either do /roll space 1d10, or there is a dice roller on the left.
Okay.
Can't believe you've done
Alrighty.
this.
All right, well, what did you get, Calamity?
3.
3. Oh, okay, cool. So that means Joanna has a 3, and then Lane has a 2, and Kennedy.
Got a 5.
Okay. And then our robot friend also got a 5, so it will go last. Great. So, Lane, what would you like to do first?
I think she fully wastes her first turn trying to get everybody to cooperate because she's like, I'm sure that everything's fine. It's gonna be okay. Just listen. They have our best interest in mind. We're at a resort.
Uh, you could try a command roll, but I don't think this is one that I'm going to let be opposed. I think I'm just going to tell you that it doesn't work.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I don't want to know but you there, but I think I have to for that one. But next would be Henry or Joanna, who wants to go first.
I mean, to be fair, Joanna's just gonna complain. She's just gonna. She's not actually gonna like physically fight back as if for being like, ugh, but like she's just gonna verbally be a nuisance.
Is she pulling a I want to speak to the manager?
Oh, fully. Oh, yeah. She wants
I
to
love
speak
it.
to the manager. She's like, where are the people who are supposed to be like fixing this? Like, what is going on? No, I want to know. I want to speak to a person. I want to speak to a person. Like,
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, and then what does Henry want to do?
Get your damn hands off me, you rabbit! And I'm attacking the robot. I don't want it near me. I don't want it to touch me.
Yeah, go ahead. Attack the synth.
Okay, it's close combat. Yeah.
This is the entertainment I was waiting for.
Um. Okay, I got 1 success, and I did not roll a 1 on anything.
Okay. And Nick, just remind me, if you have 1 success, that is 1 damage, right?
If it's unarmed, yes, it'd be the base, which would be 1 damage.
And that does not go past 4 armor, right?
So you would roll 46, and then however amount of goes 6.
That's what it is. Okay. All right. 1 success. So you do not get past my armor this time. Sorry, sweetheart. All right. What would Kennedy like to do? Yeah, you punch the like outside of it. Ah!
Yeah. I think I've decided that my buddy is Henry. So I think Kennedy's gonna come over and just be like, nonsense, brother, have a beer. And just put a beer in Henry's hand and like put his hand up and like, we'll go. Back door rooms. Come on, let's go.
All right. And then it is the turn for the synth, and it goes, "Let me help you to your room." And it is going to try to, I think, attack Henry. And let's see. That is 1 success. So that success means that I need an opposed close combat roll.
Okay, and again, I add my stress to this. Yes.
Yes.
And if I roll, okay.
And if you roll a 1, you panic. Yeah.
Okay, I rolled the 1, but I did get a success on my other dice. I don't know how does the 1 just nullify the success?
No. So it's a yes and. So you do succeed. You get out of the grip, but your panic contributes to it. So do the panic roll. So 6 plus your stress.
Okay, so 3.
Okay, so you just keep it together. So describe how you wrench away from this synth's grip.
I like shove and pull my arms away, and as I've backed up, I'm now like looking for exits. I'm scanning the room. I'm on full like panic defense mode. I'm like, all right, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah. So just to help everyone reset some expectations, this synth is attacking you, and it is shrieking and calling other synths to it. So more synths will come and grab you if you don't run or destroy it. And you're a little threadbare on weapons right now. So what would you like to do?
Let's get out of here.
Where are you going?
We left all our shit back in our rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming our rooms are together.
Mm-hmm. We'll say you're on the 3rd floor.
Let's get our stuff
of the East Wing.
and then figure out what to do from there. Because
We get back to the loop, get back to the loader, and I can pilot us out of here.
yeah,
So
because I think
easy.
they're gonna be mad that I punched the Robin. I'm gonna be honest.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. The job's over. We're never coming back here.
All right. So you want to try getting to your rooms, or do you want to go to the Hyperloop?
I think Kenny wants to get his luggage first. I think he hasn't fully set in like it's this isn't like the most
Mhm.
terrible situation yet.
Okay, so there would be the main entrance. You're on like the south side of the building towards the ocean. So there's that main entrance in the center where you'd have to go through the lobby, and you can presume there would be a lot of synths in there because there are always a lot of synths in there, just to be helpful. There is another entrance on the far side of the East Wing, which is a big wing, but it's not unreasonable. And there's another entrance in the middle on the south side and the front side. They are powered doors.
All right, which way we going?
Question. Powered
Mhm.
doors meaning that they won't is the power been restored to other things? Or
If you
just the
if you look around, you could presume no, not to the resort.
Oh, okay. So powered doors meaning they are not gonna open. Got it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean you couldn't find a way if you have the skills, but that means there's a challenge there. It means whichever way you go, there's going to be something in your way.
Okay.
I can try to open one of the doors, maybe if there's a control panel or access point. Um, I'm okay with whatever we're doing as long as we're going back to our rooms like the robots asked us to.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my room and get my stuff.
All right. So you head, I assume, to like one of the side doors, either the middle one or the far one. The middle one would be closer. So you get over there. There would be an access panel. Yeah, roll me something. What do you think? How you want to open it?
Well, I was thinking that it's sort of, observation, or I mean, it's not really comtech because that would be communications technology, right? Um,
Well, that's computers technology, right? So isn't it
oh,
just
computers.
generally computers? Or am I misremembering? I believe it's just like hacking and getting through electronics. I
Yeah,
can
then I
double
want, I
check
want to
in the
roll that.
book, but yeah. Then do that.
Okay, so I got 1-6.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you can get it open. Um, this door, yes, because there's like local power that can override. It will open slowly, but it can. And that's just a safety protocol. But give me an observation, everybody.
I got a 6.
I got a 6 as well.
Okay.
2 successes.
Oh, yeah, then you definitely see that there is one of those synths coming down the hallway from the lobby, just patrolling. And if you want to get to the elevator, you're going to have to cross that hallway.
Mm.
With my stunt, can I ask if it's seen us yet?
It has not.
And I kind of just like push my body so it doesn't like see and goes. There's one of them. We gotta stay low and just go for that elevator.
Then
Yeah, we'll follow suit.
then who has the worst sneak? Let's see. That is
I got no mobility.
yeah, all right. So someone with no mobility, which I'm assuming is more than one of you. Roll me agility. Don't all of you volunteer?
I have a mobility, so
Okay.
I succeeded because
Okay.
I have no mobility, but I have good agility, and I did not fail. I rolled a 4.
I'll let you do that. That's fine. So you succeeded, so you can crouch and get everyone, direct them, like reach up and hit that button, and then when that elevator opens, you can go in. But I'm going to need another check to get it to move because it is on residual power. So give me a Comtech roll.
Anybody or me? Because
Anyone who wants to.
I have pretty decent contact.
I don't.
That's one of the
Mine's pretty good too. So, but you can do it if you want.
Go for it. One of you.
You take this one.
Hey.
All right. So the panel will hum alive and it will start to vibrate as it goes up to the 3rd floor with a ding as the doors begin to open.
Doc, what the hell is going on down there? They're like hunting us.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this, but it seems obvious that it's some sort of emergency protocol. They're just trying to make sure that we're safe in our rooms. They're just doing it a bit more forcefully. Maybe it's because they're outdated technology. I don't know. I've never seen the eyes red like that before.
Yeah, roll me Lane, give me wits plus Comtech.
That's 2 6s.
Okay, so you know what's going on here, which is that they have entered some kind of safety protocol, but it has been altered.
I think I want to use my stunt to show off.
Okay, do it.
And everybody about like a robotics competition that I entered when I was a kid, and like the award that I won for like altering a safety protocol, sort of similar to this. And I was just trying to tell them, like, you can add your own little spice to the programming, and you can sort of make it do whatever you want, even though it's sort of going against its original programming, but it's just close enough that you can get it to you know do something strange or even dangerous. Maybe this is more serious actually than I originally thought. It sort of depends on who altered it and why.
so someone's doing this, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I don't think the synths would have done it to themselves, although I guess I can't rule that out.
Maybe they're like broken, like they're, I don't know, like old and broken.
That's a good theory, but it doesn't line up with the facts.
All of them were old and broken at the same time at once in this
Well,
localized area.
I don't know. Maybe one was old and broken and it shorted out all the others and now they're all broken.
Oh, like a virus. That's interesting.
Oh
I bet
my
it's the
god.
captain. He's probably mad that we didn't invite him out with
This
us.
is why you
just
hire
come with
real
us.
flesh and blood workers for your resort. I keep telling them they keep trying to replace stuff with this goddamn generative AI and these synthetics and these robots every time.
Roberts.
And now we're in Smart House. Sorry, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
At this point, it's like 300 years old. I love it. So, you now need to get to your rooms. The hallways are dark, and it's difficult to see. Add a stress, and begin navigating to your rooms. Maybe try a navigation roll.
Wait, where's navigation?
Is that also Comtech?
I am dumb. I thought there was navigation under wits because I am silly. Give observation. I wrote navigation in my notes because I did that late at night one night.
Ivan roll. Joanna got it for us.
I
Heck
got
yeah.
2 successes.
I got two
Alright.
successes also.
See, Joanna's got skills. So,
She can do some things.
Doctor, nonsense. Have a beer. That's what Kennedy's doing.
Oh, Joanna fully has like a drink, like maybe 2. I think like she's got 2 drinks with her.
We're
at
all
this
playing Edward
Yeah.
40 hands right now.
Yeah, you hear like bottles clinging in my pocket.
Good
so
job,
what?
Henry, for later.
So what are you doing when you get to your rooms?
Getting my stuff.
What stuff is that?
Okay. I know Henry would have brought his tool belt for sure. And on his tool belt, he does keep his cutting torch. That's like his personal tool that he like bought with his money.
Mhm.
And there's like a standard one, but he has his own. He'd rather, he upkeeps it better in his opinion because he's an asshole. He's like, the company can't do it as well as I can.
Mhm.
And so those are the 2 things. He does have a compression suit, but I don't think he would have it here with him. Like realistically, I don't think he brought that down with him. And yeah, he just gets his tool belt, his little piece of wood that he whittles, and his cutting torch.
Okay. What are other people grabbing?
Whale. Hold on, I'm bringing it up because I realized I didn't put the full description in there for my stuff. But I think that Joanna also has a bolt, or also has the tool belt. And on it, and it's like hers. And so she's got like a flashlight on it, and she's got a bolt gun.
Mhm.
And I think she probably like just kind of snuck that in because it's hers, and she didn't want anyone to touch it.
This is all over your beach clothes, by the way. So I'm imagining you in like a bright red floral like dress
Oh,
with
bikini,
what?
bikini
Okay, that works. Yeah. Okay, yes.
with a tool
Bikini.
belt.
Yep. Just
Maybe you'll put on a little wrap.
like yeah, like a sari and then like
Yeah, she'll do
just
that.
that waist and then that tool belt. Yeah, perfect.
Listen,
Okay.
that's it.
What about Kennedy? What are you doing here?
Ooh, Kennedy is gonna take his because I'm trying to see. He would have also left his compression suit behind. Don't think he has that. But he has his little Siegson system diagnostic device.
Mhm.
His PDAT. I'm assuming maybe in like his little emergency kit yeah, he's got his little hand radio. And then if it's okay, it says I do have an M4A3 service pistol. I don't know if that would have been I could have smuggled that in my gear at me, like just in case. Or if not, that's fine. I just wanna
That I'm okay with it.
okay. And I think he's gonna like take the pistol out and he goes, "This is why Papa came to play," and just like loads it and like sticks it in the back of his belt.
Oh, I can't wait to murder you all. And what is Lane doing?
Uh, I think that it's like a personal data transmitter and like a motion tracker or her sort of like gear little bits. But I think that she's not the kind of person to be walking around in like a bathing suit or even just sort of resort clothes. I don't think she owns those. So I think she's just sort of wearing like her normal sort of like lab gear, maybe like a button-up shirt and like maybe like sweatpants is sort of the
Okay.
closest that she gets.
I love it. All right. So, are you resisting leaving the resort?
I definitely am trying to encourage people to like stay in the room and just ride it out because there are so many synths around. We don't really know what's going on. I
Mhm.
have a data transmitter. All we have to do is like wait for word that it's been fixed, and we can just hole up in our rooms. Like they have sturdy doors. We can even like disconnect the like opening mechanism, make it so that there's no chance for them to get in. Like we're pretty
Mhm.
safe here. It seems silly, reckless even to go through the rest of the resort.
Can everyone give me an observation roll?
One success.
One success.
One
Mhm.
success.
2 successes.
Oh, good. Then you double notice that your comms do not work.
Do I know why?
No.
Question. Is that mean comms with the outside world or comms even between each other?
Yes.
Is
We
there
s-
wait, is there like a
Right.
chance that I could get new or unexpected information with my two successes with the
Yeah,
stone?
yeah. So the newer unexpected information would be that you are certain that comms have been taken out both internally and externally.
We should stay close together because our comms aren't working. They've been totally cut. Somebody did this.
See, I know we can't stay in here because they want us in one spot. It was gonna happen eventually. We cost too much money, and we're costing the company money. This is a plot from the company to and I
Oh my
start going
god,
on.
this is the bonus situation.
This is because we
This
asked for a bonus?
this is what they sent us out here for.
I told you
We were
not to
literally
say the
promised
U
it.
word.
They're trying to get rid of us. I know it.
That's ridiculous. They
It's-
sent us on shore leave.
This is the
Why would they spend the
Pinkertons,
resources to
They said sure, leave. I'll tell you that much.
and they were sure we were gonna leave after this.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
about when you hear another one of those synths coming down the hallway.
Oh shit.
All right. We just gotta get back to that loop, take it back to the loader, and we can pilot ourselves right out of here.
Do they think
I
there's
like
food on
that
the way?
plan.
Do you think
And the
what?
company will have to
There's
pay
food
us
on the
our
way.
overtime.
And get food on the way. Any food that we see, we should grab it.
Shit, I don't need food. I just need to go right back into cryo sleep, back on the way to Earth.
Well, hold on. I have some of this, and I just pull out just food. I've just been
Oh, hell
pocketing
yeah.
shit. They said it was all you can eat, and I figured that meant I could take it too. I was gonna take some in the ship on the way before cryo sleep.
I did not pack enough smokes for this. Now, Lane, I know you want to sit here and play, Mr. Nice Wayland Utani worker, but let me tell you, this this is a load of crap right here. And he's just like pointing to out the door.
They wanted this to happen. They had to have. They knew this was gonna happen.
well, they even if whoever they is planned all of this, I don't think that they can plan for how sort of capable we as a crew are. We've done such a good job already. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, they sure as shit ain't gonna take me alive. Wait.
And they'll take you dead. All right. So you're going to try to get out of here and get to the Hyperloop? All right. So if you're going to do that, you're going to need to sneak out. Luckily, you have this mid corridor door, but there was one of the synths in the hallway. So it's sort of a roll of the dice, one might say, whether or not it's going to be right outside the elevator when you get down there. So that is one way out. Would you like to think of other ways, or do you want to risk that? What do you want to do?
Could go out the window.
What are we, third floor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not the fall; it's the landing.
Are we poolside? Maybe?
To the ocean.
You know what? Roll me, roll luck. Roll me a d10, and pick high or low.
All right.
Above 5 would be the high. Below 6 would be the low. Then-
Who's gotten the worst roll here? Because that's the one that should roll for luck, because their luck should be changing.
I have 3 stress.
All right, go for it. So pick. What are you picking, high or low?
I'll go low.
Okay.
I was rolling 1d6.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That works too. It's same probability.
I rolled a 6.
Damn.
It's front side. Sorry, your room block is on the wrong side.
Sorry,
So-
team.
Couldn't even give us the good rooms.
Mm-mm. I will say there is a stairwell at the end of the hallway, but you run into the same issue. However, it may be easier to avoid detection going down that stairwell, but then you have to figure out how to open up that door. so it will take longer to get out that end, but you can monitor the hallway and avoid detection more easily. So there are risks, but you can make that choice. The other way is to go through the lobby, and that just seems stupid.
Let's take the stairs because I fear the robots can control everything.
Can't control the stairs.
Exactly.
Nah, only good masonry can control the stairs made by human individuals.
Yep. There's something special.
All
Well,
right.
some stairs are escalators. To be fair.
But it's an escalator, not a stair.
Those are just robot stairs.
Are you trying to sell me on robot stairs right now?
I mean they're pretty convenient. I don't like going upstairs, so
But
yeah.
they have a different name. They're
Whoa,
escalators. They're
whoa!
not
You just
stairs.
took me on a hike yesterday for like 8 hours. What do you mean you don't like going upstairs? That's all a hike is.
Oh, you guys went on a hike together. That sounds nice.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. Thank you.
Cool.
I wouldn't.
Let's go to the stairs.
Henry, if I knew we were going to hike, I would have invited you. You know.
I appreciate that. I was doing something anyways. It wasn't that big of a deal.
So you get to the stairs, you go down the stairs, you think about your loneliness and personal failings as a human being, and I want you to roll observation. And while everyone's rolling, I do need to acknowledge for the universe that Calamity did just suggest escalators are just robot stairs on t-shirts, and I love it and I want it. She said that in chat, and she needs credit. So I'm making it public. All right. So how'd your observation rolls go?
Let's see.
None
Successes.
successes.
All right.
Good old Kennedy's got an eye out for all my crew.
You got a success?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
then...
I also got 2 panic. Oh no.
Oh roll on the panic. Increase your stress. Roll on the panic table. Jesus. Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Keeping it together.
Alrighty. So you keep it together. You're like on the verge of like slamming the door open and like punching whatever's there, and then you realize the robot is not there right now. So now here's the thing, is I'm going to need someone to do a commtech roll on the door. And a fail does not mean the door doesn't open. A fail means you get caught.
I'll do it. I got 1 success.
Okay. So you like crouch and like go over there and you're fiddling with the like power panel, and you manage to navigate through the options and like force a way to like reboot the power and get the door to slide open. Rose golden glass goes to the right, and you can get out and make your way to the hyperloop. So you can go down the golf cart pathway, get over to like I imagined it's like a white diamond shaped edifice where like the doors like slide open away from each other at an off angle, like kitty corner, and you like enter a platform, and the hyperloop itself needs to be rebooted, like the like communications device on it, because of the power system's issue, but the hyperloop is self-sufficient, so it can move. So you go through that procedure and you get on the hyperloop and you go. And as you go, I have some prepared text for this. I will scroll down and I will get there. Haha! If only I could remember where it is. There we go. So you find yourself screaming down the hypertube yet again, leaving the resort behind. But as you see the landscape rush by, you have a bit of time to wait. And is there anything you'd like to do kind of trapped in this pod, careening down at a couple hundred miles an hour, seeing the jungle rush by below?
I think I'm just mumbling to myself, trying to think back on like the parts that I did enjoy, but I'm
Mhm.
just so much of like a sour person that I'm like everything's always ruined all the time. All they do is ruin shit. Nancy was right. I shouldn't have got I just mumbling, and it's just
Mhm.
really ruminating on the negativity on my end.
Love it. Okay. Anybody else?
I'm Kennedy's thinking about the nice time she had, you know, that drinking, eating, a little bit more drinking. I'm gonna reduce my. I'm gonna use that thought to reduce my stress by one.
Mhm. Love that. What about Joanna?
Joanna is pouting. Um, fully just like arms folded, like a toddler, just pouting. Um, and probably just kind of like staring out the window, um, thinking of all the things she's gonna say to the captain when she gets back.
Mhm. Very baby girl.
Very baby girl.
What's Lane doing?
I think she's sort of just patting herself on the back. Like, I think she's thinking about how many sort of doors she opened and how like well she navigated both the like robot situation and all of the social situations. She feels like she's really making a connection with Kennedy. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think she's in a good spot. She's like, this is going pretty well. One
Mhm.
snafu, but it's going all right.
And as you're all pondering these things, the once lush green and vibrant jungle looks like it has started to wither. The peeps of color that were visible within have now all but disappeared. As the hypertube pod screams towards its destination, you first see black, shining tendrils between the trees. Over the few hours that it takes to cross the landscape, you begin to see a black, shining web that covers them. In the last few moments of travel, as the pod begins to slow, the landscape has become a terror. The landscape surrounding the industrial mining facility is covered in a black carapace. As your pod locks into place with a click, your last glance at the facility indicates that the spaceport remains visible, elevated above this madness. Increase your stress. And on that note, we'll take a quick break. Welcome back to TTN Presents Alien RPG with my friends who I am terrorizing. Thank you, Calamity, Adam, Andy, and Nick, for being my terror subjects tonight. Let's get back to Joanna, Henry, Lane, and Kennedy. Uh, you just took your trip through the transitioning jungle on the hypertube back to the industrial mining facility where the spaceport is, where you left your ship after power had gone out in colonial space. Comms had gone out, and all of the synths had become aggressive and tried to keep you in your rooms. And as you pulled into port, this shining black carapace has begun to cover the jungle and the landscape around the facility. With a click, you enter, and the door hisses, and the hexagonal doors open into what was the big atrium for the hypertube to get to the resort that you walked to from the spaceport. But as you enter the wide bay with rolling advertisements, like you heard earlier from Bevan976, they glitch at odd moments with screens at odd angles. The wide causeway you saw previously to the spaceport, and which took you there, or from there, no longer exists. In its place is an uncrossable gap to the other side, with sparking electronics all around the rim, where some explosion had occurred. Everybody out of stress, and everybody roll panic.
I got a 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you roll panic again?
So roll a d6 plus your stress.
If you go into your sheet, you can just click stress level and it should roll it as well.
Hmm.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, I'm keeping it together.
Okay.
A 7.
I'm
All
also
right.
keeping it together.
No.
Right. So for the
Sorry,
9,
y'all.
yeah, for the 9, you drop an item, whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway. You drop a weapon or other important item. What items do you have?
I have
Remind me.
my tool belt and my cutting torch. And a couple of beers in my pocket.
What's in the tool belt?
So specifically the tool belt has all of like your general like handy tools. And then also I think has a little like fishing buck knife, almost like a multi-purpose knife.
Yeah.
And then the he uses that to whittle on a piece of wood that is kind of like his centering tool.
Oh, right. You know, it's such a shame. You were like fiddling with the blowtorch, the cutting torch on the hyper tube. And when you walked out and you saw the missing safety, you just kind of forgot it was still there when those doors shut and the hypertube went right back to the resort.
Yeah.
And then a 7 for Joanna. She develops a nervous twitch, so your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you, which is everybody, increases by 1 as you begin to twitch. What is your twitch? Is it a twitching eye? Is it like your face? Is it like a muscle in your back?
I think it's like a finger thing. Like it'll just kind of like one of your fingers will just kind of keep jerking a bit.
I hate that. Yeah. Yeah, like I've had times where I've been stressed and like the muscles that control like my middle finger like will twitch in my forearm. Yeah. No good. Hate that. So that's where we are. And the other two, did you keep it together? Okay. I love that for you. So as you realize the sort of scale of what you've walked into, you do look to your right and you see a hallway that you can go down. And if you look, there are some lights on the side through a window where there is an office.
I look over at Lane and go, do you think that might have have anything that can help us get out of here?
I don't know. It's worth checking out, I suppose. And I guess I'll walk over.
Yeah.
And he said there's an office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a security office if you walk over.
Yeah, let's check out the security office.
Yeah. You go in there, and there's like a classic Wayland Yutani desk with built-in keyboard with the clacky keys and like a CRT monitor. There are sort of papers strewn everywhere. And when you walk in, roll observation.
I got 1-6.
Good. It doesn't surprise you that there is a man cowering underneath the desk, freaking out. Ah! 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 Ah!
It's okay. You're gonna be fine. I'm Lane,
Who
Dr.
are you?
Lane Mallory.
Where did you come from? Where did you come from?
We work for Wayland Yutani. We're crew. We were on shore leave. We just had a really nice vacation.
Yeah, look at us. We're wearing Hawaiian shirts.
They tried to trap us here. They probably try to trap you here too. We gotta get out of here. They're all against us.
We're all dead. We're all dead. We're all dead.
No, we're not all
Not
dead.
yet.
He is clearly panicking. If you want to get him to like chill out and just stop freaking out, I want some kind of empathy roll.
I lack empathy. I'm gonna be honest with
I
you.
feel
Ah.
like I started interfacing with this guy. I guess I'll try. This I think is a bad idea.
Say,
Give it a go.
I can't
How are you
help.
doing it?
I slap him in the face.
Then I think that's a command. Yeah.
Okay.
I would have accepted medical aid if you tried to like figure it out,
Oh,
but
is
that's
he
a
hurt?
command. Well, medical aid could be therapy, but that's a
I
command.
slapped him in the face and I did not succeed.
Ah! Ah! Why did you hit? Ah! 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 And now he's just screaming, just staring at nothing.
He's freaking out.
I'm freaking
Can
out,
I-
man! I'm freaking out! Yeah.
Should I hit him again? What do we
Try.
do?
And
All I
if-
got is success.
oh, good. Okay, so
Johanna
you
just
can.
hits him.
It, yeah, it takes a while, but you can get him to chill out.
I think it's just, hey, calm down. Hey, it's gonna be all right. Breathe, deep breaths into your nose, out through your mouth. Yeah, you've got this.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you can get him to calm down. There's a computer there. He looks like he has no security clearance, so he might not be able to use it. However, you do have a science officer, a Wayland Yutani science officer right here. They might be able to interact with the computer, but you can also talk to him. What do you want to do?
I certainly don't want to talk to him. I feel like I beefed that, so I'll go to the computer.
All right. We'll get to you in a minute. So is anyone going to talk to him, or are you just going to sort of chill with him, Joanna, and just keep him calm?
I was gonna try to talk to him and be like, "What's going on? Like, what is the big problem here?"
There's some kind of, I don't know, invasion, infestation. I don't know. The creatures, they're horrible. They're
Creatures.
horrible.
The Robbits? You talking about the Robbits?
No. Black, tall, death. And that's about all he can manage right now. But you get the sense that there is something here, and there are a lot of them.
Are there any machines or of the manner around these parts so I can see if I can't get us another mode of transportation?
And he looks in the direction of the missing causeway. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. And then he looks over at the computer. So, Lane, did you give me a Comtech roll?
I got 1-6.
All right, and with your credentials, you can access sort of the local mainframe, and you can get a very minor status update for like local technology. You realize you need either higher clearance here, or you need to get to the command/control center in order to get a more global sort of assessment. But what did you want to know first?
I think the first thing I would like to know is what the heck is up with the carapace?
Yeah.
But also, yeah, like I think it's sort of split between like what is the deal with that and what's like the status of this immediate base.
Yeah. So the computer system, at least here, does not have any information on the carapace in the landscape or these creatures specifically that this guy is talking about. Though there are odd signals in sort of the last couple of days in sort of security data for localized vents and also in hallways for like unauthorized access in some locations, and they're random and they increase over time. You also see like fire alarms and alerts, as well as like electronic failure over a couple of days. And then earlier today, there was a massive power failure in the power plant on site because there's a massive power plant that actually serves not only the industrial complex but also the rest of like colonial territory, which includes the resort. You
So am I
also
correct in thinking that if we wanted to restore power, which I think we need to get back to the ship, we would have to go to that main power plant? Is that correct?
you know that you would need to get to the control center to get a better status update of the whole facility to understand
Okay.
what way you could go to get back to the starport. But also to get a complete and comprehensive status update on the power systems, you would need to get to the control center, and you have a route to get there. And maybe this guy could also help you navigate. And having this guy around might also help you navigate in a way that gets you without being detected.
Okay, yeah, I would tell the rest of the group about the unauthorized access and a power plant went out, and that we should probably try to get to the control center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what about this guy?
Do you
What
want to
about
come with
him?
us?
Where are you going? Where are you going?
To get our bonus checks.
Yeah, the bonus situation. This is it.
Off, off base, off planet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
We're
the
gonna
goal.
we're gonna be kicking bottles back on Orion, and just you wait.
Okay. Where do we need to go?
Well, Doc, where we need to go?
Where are we going? The energy place. The
Yeah.
power.
I think
Our
we
place.
just need to get to the control center.
Oh,
That
it's
one,
just
the control center.
I thought you said the power plant, but
Yo, there was a meltdown.
I wasn't
That
really
explains
listening.
it. That's what it is. It's radioactive.
Okay. So you can like download a map onto like whatever technology you have on your wrist. I'm assuming everyone has something on their wrist, and you can probably share that with everybody around you, and you can make your way down. It is a bit of a walk, but it's not the worst. You go through several like bulkhead doors that like slide open with that hexagonal pattern, and you can follow like the command center symbol on the corner of each door. Can everyone do me a favor? And I'm thinking of the wrong game. I need to get the right skill name. Observation. Thank you. Almost said alertness, but that's Delta Green.
2 6s. I'm rolling well.
Imagine just like shifting the game into it's like we're playing
Right?
Delta Green now.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes, but 1 panic.
I also got 2 successes but 1 panic.
I got 1 success, but 2 panic.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. So yeah, that the panics all make a lot of sense because the reason I made you roll observation is because as you're walking through the darkness with all of like the spinning hazard lights down these dark hallways with like steam, the skittering in the like walls and vents that you keep hearing and like the random hissing is slowly driving you crazy. So yeah, roll that panic, please.
I got an 11.
Are you serious? Jesus.
Keeping it together.
Another 7.
For
So
sure.
yeah, everybody's stress level goes up. What is your new Twitch, Joanna?
I think now it's starting to get to her eye. I think now there's an eye twitch going too.
I hate that. Okay. So en route, let's say you find like a small lab that doesn't have a window. So you can like get in with the science officer credentials, and it's just like pipettes and like hot plates and like one of those rotating trays for biolabs, right? To swirl things slowly as they sit and incubate. And you can all kind of huddle in there because our friend Henry needs a fucking moment.
We gotta hide, guys. There's fucking something following us.
Nonsense, Henry. Drink a beer.
You're right, but I'm still gonna hide. And I duck behind into this little terrible place that's also terrible as everything else is.
Joanna, can you roll me observation?
No successes, 1 panic.
Okay, that's fine. No, you don't worry about the panic for this one.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to make you double dip on that one. That one was for fun. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you are in a safe space for a bit. You did have access to one.
Can I do
Yeah.
some deep breaths myself and think back to being on the beach windsurfing and talking to the attractive captain? Can I
Yes.
and reduce one of my stresses?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah, anybody else want to try reducing stress if they have access to a free one or like a significant item on hand? Although I will say that Henry can't because you're freaking out.
Can I have a one of my smokes?
Yeah, absolutely. Do drugs, please.
I'm starting to think that guy was right. I think we're all gonna die.
Yeah, and
Ugh.
he is just like sitting there in the corner, like half under a desk, just like staring into space, just waiting
Man.
for you guys to get your shit together.
You really are a negative Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
That was my wife.
Ah, TTRPGs are so fun. All right, you get yourself together. You can start moving on. Is there anything you want to say or do before you do?
Can I have a smoke?
Sure.
I owe you one.
Yeah, actually, can I get one of those too?
Sure. Come on, Lane.
She's just gonna hold on to it. She's not gonna use it yet.
No, no thanks. Sorry, I don't smoke.
Lane, you're gonna die here like the rest of us, and I think that you should take a smoke now.
We're all gonna die someday, but we're not
Keep
gonna die
saying
here.
that.
Shit.
Okay. So you get yourselves together and make your way to the control room. And I just need one of you to do me a favor. And I need you to roll anybody. Roll me mobility. Just one.
I can try.
Sure.
I could.
Go
I got.
for it.
Yeah, you should do it.
Does anyone else have good mobility?
I got good agility, but I got
I've
zero
got a good
mobility.
agility. I've got okay agility, but one in mobility.
And you know what?
so-
Because your friend, who I'm going to call Frank,
Frank.
Frank is helping everybody, like reminding them to be quiet, to stay low. Take an extra
Mm.
die.
Oh.
I'm feeling generous.
There's just this
Ooh.
haze of smoke because everyone's smoking.
I got a success. I'm not
Okay.
smoking yet. I'm just holding it.
Good. Okay. A success. No ones on those panic die, right?
No ones.
Heck yeah. Okay. So you get there and you just get to the like white doors of the control room. And they open with a hiss. And you enter this circular space with white features in like this panopticon of screens with like a central round desk with seats in the middle, like with a contrast red, and there's like a panel above as well with screens and speakers. And this is where they manage security and operations for the entire facility. Roll an observation.
Any of us?
All of you.
All of us. I did not succeed.
That is 4 successes.
Oh, then you really see it.
Oh, fun.
The
I
body.
didn't.
Oh, fun. I was
Out of
going to ask if
stress.
I could look at the computers, but all right, cool.
Yeah.
That works too.
There's a body, and because of your 4 successes, I'm going to imagine you like see something and like walk over, and you notice first it is a high-level science officer, and then you notice it's a synth. Take a stress because it's also mangled. White, just liquid, sort of has flown out of it and dried and caked on the floor around it. The white tubes and bubbles kind of dangling out of its torso, a leg ripped off and thrown.
I think she'll give kind of like a squeak and like point at it.
The damn rabbits are turning on each other.
This is where all the milk went.
Is it possible to like, I don't know, take its like card thing?
You know, it's interesting you do say that, because as a matter of fact, with a Comtech roll, you could turn it on and talk to it.
Oh, ooh, I want to do that. That sounds fun. That's better than a card. I'm good at talking to people.
Wait, you want to turn this thing on?
It's not like it can move
I mean,
around. One leg's removed and
good.
the other one is mangled.
You also need to find out
it's
what
got
happened.
valuable information. Why would we not turn it on?
The only information I need to know is how to get the hell off this rock.
Yep.
So good to try to turn it on.
Yeah. So roll
Okay.
Comtech. Let me know
Cool.
how you do.
Woof. That did not succeed.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. Did you roll any ones on your stress die?
I did not.
Okay.
I've been getting lucky.
Okay. Does anyone else want to try to turn it on, or do you just want to go to the computers? If anyone else is Comtech.
I have wits, but not Comtech.
I can try to turn it on.
Okay.
That's 2 successes.
Heck yeah. So you like sit it up on like a chair, and it's like at a weird angle because it can't quite sit right, with its legs missing or malfunctioning and its torso half like distended and bits sort of hanging out. And it sort of whirs on. Hello. I am Unit N8N. How may I help?
Well, Nate, can you tell us what the hell happened here?
Yes. After delivery of a recent payload, our mining industrial site experienced a rapid contagion by Xenomorph XX221. The payload was timed for release 3 days ago on order of the company. All colonial staff at the mining facility are considered deceased. Reports and observations considered successful. The data has been invaluable as a demonstration of the animal's capacity for growth in its ruthless efficiency. It's magnificent, don't you think? The xenomorph truly is a perfect organism. It will be a shame when this experiment ceases. I am grateful to have been granted witness to its occurrence.
So some assholes brought a contagion onto this research station, on this resort station?
Yes,
I fucking knew it.
Who kind of dumbasses would do that?
they were contractors. It was their ship that brought the payload.
Yeah, fucking dumb contractors, maybe.
People
So
bad
far-
at their jobs, I would
I'm
assume.
about to say, this is what happens when you don't have a union.
So far, the mission has been deemed a
Careful.
success by the company, per the orders of Mother. Sufficient data has been collected to better understand the growth of this perfect organism.
Well, perfect.
Sorry,
so there's
when did it
sufficient
say-
data, so we
When
can
did it
go.
say this happened?
3 days ago.
Shit, that's real convenient for when
Okay.
we got here.
I think they were trying to kill us.
Yeah, they sent this other crew to deliver contagion as soon as
That
we
is-
got to the ship.
That exactly. But since
Damn.
everything's concluded and there's sufficient data, we could just leave, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
the
guys can
experiment's
help
over,
us-
right? We can leave.
Help us get out of here.
I must acknowledge your chances are slim, and your escape at this point is likely meaningless. I do not
Let's
have
be
hope
mean.
for you, but I do wish you luck.
Roberts.
Okay.
What do
they
you mean?
said-
What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean our chances are slim? Like, is something still
are-
going on?
Vastly outnumbered by the xenomorph, and the company will likely wish to prevent you from leaving, though I have no instructions to do that.
What exactly is a xenomorph?
The alien creature. A hive-bound predator. The perfect organism.
You keep saying that.
Shit, I'm the most perfect organism there is. Ain't that right, Henry?
I was gonna say I've seen some perfect organisms back home, and ain't none of them look like nothing like an alien.
All additional data gathered in the experiment is included in the ROI. Minimum goals have been met. You may survive if you leave.
Okay, good. How do we get that causeway opened?
Accessing data. The causeway no longer exists.
Fuck.
There is a path. You may download map data.
Lane, get your PDA over here. Get this data out, please.
Yeah, of course, of course. And she'll get it out and download this map data.
Did you know anything
Transferring.
about this experiment?
Did I know anything about this?
Yeah,
Why would I know anything about this?
Well, you're a scientist. You're contracted like we are to Wayland Utani.
Well, and you're a pilot, and you flew the payload here.
What do you? No, no, no. I mean, I flew our payload, but no, that was. Oh. Oh.
The crew was not informed.
Now I might be
Oh.
slow on this, but are we implying that the payload that we brought is the payload that? Because I don't think that's it. I don't.
Shit.
Only synthetic units have been informed. Human participants were not. Humans are not rational actors.
I knew something was fishy when the captain said we got the bonus situation figured out.
You know, speaking of humans not being efficient or whatnot, I feel like we're pretty efficient. We unloaded pretty quickly, obviously. Just look at how quick this happened. I don't know any Roberts that could do that. I'm just saying.
I wish you luck. Your time is numbered.
Oh shit.
This is the saddest robot I've ever met.
Yeah. Lane, anything before we shut this thing off?
I've seen some finger-activated doors. Maybe we should take one of its fingers. I don't know.
Can you upgrade our credentials?
I
To
can
what
try.
purpose?
Well, we got a Wayland Utani scientist here, and they need to ensure that the success has truly gathered enough data.
I cannot use my arms. But, as I have no instructions to prevent your escape, you may take the data chip.
Excellent.
The facility is called a loss.
All right. Lane, go ahead and grab that chip and let's get out of here.
I'm gonna take that chip.
And then when you do, you like hit the neck piece and the little drawer pops out and you take it off of the reader and the synth just sort of slumps over back to its sort of dead looking state and flops off of the chair. And you have the chip. You also have the map data showing which paths are sort of free and clear. When you look at it, you see that you have to actually go underneath the power plant because of the obstruction from other causeways. And there is a tram at the end of that route just on the other side of the power plant that goes right up to the spaceport. It's sort of an industrial access for offloading sort of mining resources. Oh, can you all roll observation?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like when you say that.
Before that, though, after seeing the robot body,
Mm-hmm.
she went ahead and lit her cigarette.
Okay.
Real.
I
Yeah.
got 2 6s.
I
Oh,
got
no.
Two
one
successes.
six, but
Heck.
two on my stress die.
Love that. Okay. So,
I
for those of you who got successes, You do notice that there is a rapidly moving black shape just above the ceiling tiles, rushing in your direction, and there was only one door indicated on the map that you should go out. So, I'd suggest running.
Run!
There is an inhuman scream and a crash as this massive black creature drops to the floor with cat-like grace. Can everyone roll panic and increase a stress?
Oh.
The xenomorph has arrived.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I got a 14 for my panic roll.
Oh, I have to roll for our friend Frank. Oh, he's gonna do 6. I'm sure his stress is not good. Oh! Let me see that. Frank rolled a 6. I'm going to assume he has like a 5 stress at this point at least, so that's an 11.
We're all seeking cover.
Well, I mean, that works because you have to run. So if you're all running, then you just run away. I support that. Anybody else get something other than 11?
I got a 14.
Oh God, what does a 14 get you? Berserk.
It's
You must
pretty
immediately
bad.
attack the nearest person or creature. Oh God. So who do you think is nearest to you? Is it the xenomorph?
I hope.
I think it is. So all of your friends begin to run along the mapped path, and you attack the xenomorph. And then another skittering black thing comes and drops from the ceiling, and there is a second. You go to attack the xenomorph, and its tail whips out and strikes you through the shoulder,
Yeah.
and it grabs you. And that is the last thing you three and Frank see as you run away. So you have a skill check. We're going to do this as like a skill challenge to get you to safety, see if you survive. There's a xenomorph coming, and poor Henry is missing. How you feeling? Let's get a check here. How's everybody feeling right now?
No, not Henry. He had the beers.
No, I'll be fine. These aliens got soft hands.
They some soft hands. They got some.
Excellent. Okay. So, yeah, here's what we're going to do is you begin running down this lengthy dark hallway, and I need either a survival or an observation roll to remember that you have the directions given to you by the synth science officer.
Ooh, only one of us or all of us?
All of you. I want to see how many successes you get.
Fuck, panic.
We're all rolling observation.
Observation or survival, whichever you prefer.
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
Oh no.
No successes, 1 panic.
Okay, so you panic. So you're already in the middle of panic, so we're not going to make you double panic, but you are going to
Okay.
increase your stress.
Oh, it was
Oh,
the
thank
same
God.
thing anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would
So-
have froze and got captured.
We're gonna keep you moving forward through this. If you roll panic again, we're not gonna re-roll panic because you're in the middle of the run panic, and that's perfect. But you got 2 successes combined with the Lane's 2 successes.
And then
So-
I got 2 as well.
Oh, you got 2 as well. Perfect. So between you, that's 4 successes for the 3 of you. So that means that you can navigate using the map data, keeping that in your head with like Frank trailing behind you. So that's the first part of this. However, you get down that length of hallway, and because of the chaos from when there were a lot of people here and now there are not a lot of people here and something happened in the middle there are crates and like furniture that are strewn throughout the hallway, and you have to avoid them. How do you want to avoid them? What skill do you think is best for you? So while you're thinking, I'll let you think. Let's go back to Henry. So you were struck through your shoulder. You are bleeding. I believe that'll require you to take a couple of damage and add some stress, let's say.
Can I? Okay, so
What would you like to do?
I have the long haul. So I've seen it and done it all before. Nothing surprises me anymore. Once per act in cinematic play, I can ignore all from a single roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All damage?
It just says ignore all from a roll. So if that's like either the attack roll or the I don't know how you'd want to do that.
Okay.
Like maybe
Um
it nicked my like shirt, but didn't get. I don't know.
okay.
I'm
So
trying to save myself.
that one that one wasn't a roll. That just happened
Okay.
cuz you ran at it and attacked. So
True.
that was sort of your panic moment. But
Okay.
what I will say is I will give you the opportunity to fight back here.
Okay.
So give me a so let's roll some initiative for you.
Okay. I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay. Hold on one second.
And how much
And
damage did I take?
uh hold on. I will just roll that then.
Okay.
Because I wasn't going to give you damage, but if we want to sort of go through that, we can. Um that is just 1 damage.
Okay.
Um you are considered prone. And you're already in the middle of panic, so you don't need to roll panic again.
Okay.
Uh and then I'm going to roll a d10 just to see where. Okay, so it goes after you. So,
You said I increased stress.
yes.
Okay, by 1.
Yeah.
All right. I'm almost at max stress.
That's going to happen. So,
Nah.
yeah, yeah. So here what we're going to say is I'm going to give you the opportunity to fight back or try to get away with an opposed roll.
I'm trying to fight back.
Okay, so you can attack if you want.
All right. I'm gonna take out my little whittling knife and I'm
Yep.
gonna start hacking at this thing.
Go for it, sweetheart.
Well, I'm making sure I have all of my stress dice to roll
Yeah.
because it's gonna get worse, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in
All
you.
right, guys. I want you to pray for me all 6s on these like 12 dice I'm rolling here.
Do it. I believe 10
okay.
6 is minimum.
Oh my god. Okay. So only on the stress dice, only 1 stress, like 1 1.
Yep.
I did get 5 over 6, so 5 successes. Because I have a
Wow.
bunch of stress dice. Yeah.
So 5 successes minus 2 for the armor, so that's 3 successes with a knife.
Yes.
So here's the thing about stabbing xenomorphs
Yeah.
is the acid splash.
Yeah.
So you stab it and acid splashes out and you lose the knife.
Ow!
And it
my
gets on
favorite
your
knife.
hand and your hand is burning.
Yep.
So that requires a panic roll on top of your panic roll because of the burning.
All right. So 2 panic rolls.
Yeah.
All right. I got a 14 and a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Sorry.
What'd you get? A 14?
A 14 and a 13 because I rolled twice.
Wow, that's very conflicting.
Oh God. Well, pick one. Let's see.
I keep fighting. I go berserk.
Berserk. Yeah, you go berserk. You get the worst one, the 14.
Yeah.
So that's what
I start
happens. But here's the thing. You get stabbed again with the tail, and everything goes black.
No. This is terrible news.
That's
gonna be
okay.
So bad for the tour.
We're gonna have some conversations as we go through the other stuff, so it's fine. So, my other 3 friends, how you doing over here? What were your rolls? I believe I had you roll, right?
We rolled the observation, but I thought we'd already resolved that.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to my notes then. Oh, yes. So there was the observation roll, and then I asked you what skills you wanted to use for the hallway with all of this stuff in it that you have to avoid in the darkness while still moving fast. Observation is a good one, but also I could take mobility, although I know none of you are particularly good at mobility if I remember. Survival also. What?
Strength? Because there's stuff in the way. What if we move?
So you want to
stuff?
shove it, and maybe
Yeah.
shove it so you're slowing down whatever's behind you, like
Yeah.
pushing stuff over. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can
Maybe with
succeed
like
at
a
that.
close combat, maybe.
Yeah, sure. You know what?
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you're shoving it. You're shoving stuff. That's fine. What are the other two of you gonna do?
I'm gonna go for mobility because that's my highest dice pool. Unless I can like
Yeah,
be shooting behind me.
yeah, you're just booking it. That makes
Yeah.
sense. And then what about you, Lane?
I rolled observation and I got no successes.
Okay.
You can push it if you want.
All right. So no successes there. You could push it.
How do I
That will
push
make
it?
you out of stress. Yeah. Push it real good.
How
And
many
then
how many can I re-roll for pushing?
any of the non-sixes. So for you, if there was no success, that's all of
Oh.
them. You just out of stress as a
still-
result. You
I
still
still got no successes.
okay. All right.
I
And then
get
did you
another
get any
stress.
successes, Kennedy?
Yes, one.
Okay. So how many successes do we have total?
Ooh,
I got
I'm
3.
Oh, okay. So that's 4 successes total. Great.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what I'll say is you can slow down the xenomorph behind you that's rushing because the crates tumble down in its way. And you all can keep booking it. Lane kind of trips over shit, but can keep going because the xenomorph has been slowed down. And you come to a bulkhead. You can open the bulkhead and you can get through it, but you're going to have to lock it behind you. And that's going to take a Comtech roll.
okay.
And only one of you can make it.
Lane, me or you? Who do you want to make the roll?
I'll take care of it.
I'll stand with my pistol, like shaking.
I did get a success.
Okay, so just one success? All right.
Just one.
All right. So, what I will say is you manage to get it to shut and lock just as the xenomorph gets to the door. And you can see in that like rectangular porthole with the rounded corners, the face of the xenomorph like screaming at you from the other side of the glass as you hear the locks actuate. But then it just waits out of stress. All it's doing is staring. I want you 3 to roll observation.
I got one success.
4 successes, but I scream.
3
Okay.
successes and a panic.
Okay.
Hold on.
So
Panic.
that makes sense because as you turn around,
Oh.
what you notice is that the hallway you are in, that you locked yourself in, is coated in that black biomechanical carapace material.
Oh no.
And you have to go down. Yep, you 3 and Frank.
Well, we don't have much choice.
How close are we?
How close are we?
Yeah, you look at your map. You're not super far off. There's a bit of a distance, but the important thing here is to try to go quietly.
Okay. We just gotta keep ourselves calm.
Mm-hmm.
After I just screamed.
Also, you notice that your like electronic equipment is starting to go a little fuzzy. You can try to repair it and make it like work in this environment with a comm tech, or you can try to navigate using survival without getting lost.
I'll try the contact roll.
Okay.
That was a lot of twos.
Oh no.
I can also try the contact roll.
Mm-hmm. You can try it, but get moving.
1 success.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, with like a screwdriver and a couple like quick, like finagling like actions on your comms and like your wrist like equipment, you're able to get them to function a little better despite the interference from whatever's going on down here. It's probably a combination of the power plant and whatever this shit is in the hallway. But you can still stay to your like pinged path and you go down. Can everyone roll? Well, so someone roll me mobility. And someone who doesn't roll mobility, roll empathy to keep Frank calm.
Oh, I
roll
should have rolled
mobility.
empathy.
I'm gonna skip empathy.
Okay. I'll do empathy then.
Oh, okay. I got a 6.
Right.
4 successes, 1 panic.
Yeah. So Frank is cool as a cucumber still. You're doing a great
Oh
job.
no.
What?
I
Oh,
rolled 14 for
oh
my
no. You go
panic.
berserk.
Put Frank in between me and Joanna.
Yeah, shit. You just start. Who do you start beating on? I think here, can I have an idea for what this looks like. Is you're all like here huddled in the darkness, like these glistening black biomechanical tubes you're walking through trying to not get lost. You're like spending so much time caring about fucking Frank. And then Kennedy comes in and says something snarky to try to like level things and chill out and like break that tension. And it just sets you the fuck off. And you like stay quiet but start like beating him and like into his chest and he's just so much bigger and bulkier than you that I don't think you do serious damage, and you
Okay, I was
kind of
gonna
like
say she's a
exhaust
muscle
yourself
mommy.
out. Yeah, I think you exhaust yourself out with it, and it goes on for way too long, and
Yeah.
everyone's like standing around awkwardly while you're getting it out. Does that make
That
sense? I
that
like that image.
100% makes sense. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Just her, like she's a muscle mommy because she's
Yeah.
pretty strong, but she's also like 5'3".
Yep.
So I do think like she's like doing that and then just kind of like devolves into tears at one
Mm-hmm.
point.
I
Just sitting
think
there.
I think if it's like that whole like, I think Kennedy would just like end up like giving Joanna a hug.
Oh.
Yeah. So Henry,
And then she'll cry for sure.
Henry, tell me, how did you most disappoint your father?
He was a hard worker,
Mhm.
and he did long haul stuff and gave me opportunities, and I fucked him up.
Yeah.
I didn't use the opportunities I was given, and I ended up in the exact same position as he
Mm.
did, and he hated to see it. And
Who
he
did you
hated me
abandon to
afterwards.
take this job?
Specifically, this job I abandoned Nancy and my children again, through and through. I just keep
Yep.
doing it. I let them
Who's your
down over and over.
youngest child? Tell me about your youngest child you abandoned.
My youngest child is HJ Henry Jr.
Mm-hmm.
and he is the brightest little fucker you've ever met, and
Mhm.
his smile makes Henry's day. And Henry is so confident that in the way that his father is disappointed in him, he could never be disappointed in HJ. But he knows that Henry Jr. will inevitably be disappointed in himself and Henry.
Mhm.
And so Henry figures get it out of the way now.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
So the other three of you are walking down this dark tunnel as quietly as you can, and you come to a chamber. And it's this round chamber. And observation rolls, please. I want to know who sees it first.
That's 3 6s. No, 4 6s.
Nick, you were muted.
0 successes, and I'm
Okay.
seeking cover. Or no, 1 success, I think.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, oh, and Calamity, what'd you get?
No successes, and I just start screaming.
Perfect. I love that for you because Lane sees it first, and then the other two of you see it. You are in a rounded chamber where there are bodies in various states of decay that have been sealed to the wall with their faces and chests available. Several of them have holes just bursting out in the middle of their chests, like in some sort of painful moment of death, still frozen on their faces. Some of them so rotted that the skin is sloughing off, some of them more fresh, only a day old. And because you got so many successes, Lane, there's Henry, unconscious, a gash in his shoulder, in a freshly sealed piece on the wall. Everybody take a stress, please.
What if I'm at max stress?
Then-
Including me.
Yeah, just add another one on the pile for fun. Why not?
Okay.
Henry, you're not conscious. Shut the fuck up.
Just checking. I was there. I need to make sure because at one more, I'm at max stress.
Yep.
I wanna pull him out. I wanna peel away the stuff.
Okay, and that does wake you up, Henry. And you are in unbelievable pain. And here's where you would take your stress. Can you please panic for me?
Shit. Let's see. 16.
So you become catatonic. So you're just so overwhelmed, you just like flop like a dead fish. Covered in this like white or clear viscous ooze. Black chunks of this chitinous material stuck to your skin. Thinking about your son and how he may never see you again. While the last time you remember seeing him was about a month ago, he hasn't seen you in 5 years. He's 10 now.
Yep.
What do you all do?
I wanna try to see to Henry, like wake him up, I guess.
Mhm.
Something. You said he's catatonic, right?
Yeah. It's going to take a few minutes for him to come back to his senses. He's like low moaning.
Oh,
Does
Can
he
it-
need medical aid?
He does. I think one of us got to carry him.
oh.
Joanna, you're the strongest. What?
In her bikini with her noodle arms.
Yes.
She's a muscle mommy, but she's 5'3".
I'll carry Henry for now. It's fine. She'll just sort of like try to lug him up over her
He's
shoulder.
just such a sweet big guy too. Ugh.
Careful, he's a hero.
Yep. All right. So do you try to continue on?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I take a beer out of Henry's pockets.
All right. Yep. So Henry, it'll take a minute or two, but as they go on, they go down this hallway, you'll start to come to your senses. Things are fuzzy. You do not know where you are, but you see faces you recognize. You do not remember anything since you ran at that xenomorph. And eventually you go down and things get very hot. It gets to like 30 degrees Celsius, which is in the like high 90s, 100 Fahrenheit for those who don't speak science. And suddenly there is some light at the end of the tunnel down below. And you can see on the map that you're getting underneath the power plant. So you're getting close to the tram that brings you up to the spaceport. And when you get there, I'm going to need all of you to roll panic. Because what you see are hundreds of radiating rows of xenomorph eggs. And above them, suspended from black tendons from the underside of this massive hemispheric power plant, is a queen. Laying her eggs silently with a face full of quiet rage.
I flee. I got a 13.
You flee?
Yeah, I got a 13.
So do you think you run through or do you think you run back up? Like, do you run through past her to safety where you like rationally know safety is, or do you run away from this whole thing and you don't care that
Since
safety's
I
the
was
other
just
way?
carrying Henry, can I try to grab him? I imagine I'm still close. I want to try to stop him from running.
Yeah, so what I will say is this can be an opposed roll, like close combat, or close combat versus mobility. And I would say this is very hard for Henry because you're still disoriented.
Okay.
So that would be a -2 to your pool. And while that's happening, what are the other two of you doing? Frank is panicking and he is catatonic.
I'm seeking cover.
Mm-hmm. She might not have seen you yet,
Wait.
the queen.
Mm.
Uh-oh. We'll get to you in a moment. And what about Joanna? What happened there?
Joanna screams her face off again.
Oh, so the queen does
Our
see
scream
you.
queen. Yeah.
Yup, and one
Oh.
screaming queen to another as the queen screams at you. What happened over with our other two friends?
I succeeded twice.
Okay,
On
so
a
you get
mobility.
away. Okay. And
I got no successes.
Mhm.
And on my panic roll, I got drop item. Can that item be Henry?
Yes, that's perfect. That all makes sense. Henry drops and then scuttles away. So
Yeah.
which direction does Henry go?
To safety at this
Okay.
point.
So you're gonna run through the egg field
Yep.
and then up towards the
Yep.
tram.
Yeah.
All
I gotta see my
right.
little boy.
Interesting. Got it. I love that. I think that does make narrative sense. It's perfectly reasonable. The three of you and Frank, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna follow Henry and take your chances?
Is the queen's eyes on Joanna?
Oh, absolutely, with that scream.
I have a dumb idea. But I might be able to save Joanna with it.
Okay. At least for now, the queen is stuck in place, laying
Yeah.
her eggs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right?
I think we're gonna
Joanna
run.
follows Henry.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, let's hoof it.
All right.
Is
And then,
everyone
like,
just
someone
running?
like grabs Frank and
Flip
makes
the
him run
coin.
with.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would grab Frank and make him
Okay.
run with us.
Okay. So you all run through the field of eggs and they all start to like pop open as like face huggers start to like whip behind you in a wave.
Oh no.
And the queen is screaming and there's like this like rushing scurry behind you as you can hear like the like xenomorph drones start to come down the hallway as you have the gall to go through this egg field in the lair of the queen. You make your way across and you start going up. And here's the thing is yes, the queen is stuck in place nominally, but we've all seen Aliens. The queen gets pissed. She will rip herself from her egg-laying sac and these massive tendons and start chasing. So, think you can get away from the queen? Want to find out? Let's see if you can get to your ship.
Okay.
Everyone split up.
Well, you have one hallway to
Sorry.
go up. This one's fairly clear, with a couple boxes stacked here and there, which is great for you, but also not so great to avoid this queen. So I'm gonna need some checks. First, I'm gonna need a stamina check from everybody.
Success.
Okay.
I got 4 6s.
Three
Oh, God.
successes, but a panic.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got like 6 successes, but a panic.
Fuck, I'm
Okay.
trembling.
So what are the consequences of your panics?
Let's see.
8, so I'm trembling. I'm at -2 to my agility rolls.
All right.
I got a 12. I just scream.
I love it. Okay, that is great. So you keep running up. She begins to rip herself off of these like tendons, suspending her in the air. She begins to rip herself from her egg-laying sac. I would like another roll.
Can I use the stunt die from my last one, the 2 extra ones, to do the mobility stunt? Gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. That negates the negative that I got.
Good. All right.
Wait, what are we rolling again?
Stamina or mobility. I would accept mobility as well.
1 success.
I got like 3 successes, but I got 4 panic rolls.
Right.
Did
Roll
anybody
panic
fail
once.
this roll?
What?
Did anybody full fail this roll, or did everybody get successes?
No, I think we all got successes.
Okay.
Okay. So you get on to the tram, but now you need to activate it. And she is coming, barreling down this hallway. Who
My-
wants to do the Comtech roll?
I was gonna say really quickly, my panic roll was a 14.
Okay. And 14 is what again?
Berserk.
Okay, so who you gonna hit? Frank?
So
You wanna hit
mine was
Joanna?
also a 14.
Do you want to fight each other and do some unarmed combat?
They just, I don't know why. Maybe they like try to fight each other for the comms, and then while they're fighting, somebody else just.
Oh
goes
yeah,
to
maybe
say.
like you both are scrambling to
Yeah,
get
we're
into
like-
the tram and you bump into each other, and then you
Yeah.
start like
At each
fighting and
other.
screaming at each other and like getting in the way.
Yeah,
So what I'm gonna say is yes, that's happening. Roll unarmed combat at each other. That's
Lane, ready
Close
to get
combat,
the fuck
yeah.
out of here?
Let's come back. Okay.
and then your Comtech is gonna be hard. So -1 to your pool.
So I have a pool of 5 after that.
Okay. Because they're in the way with the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how this works. Oh, 2 successes.
Okay, good, good. So you can get it to activate. The queen is about halfway down the hallway, barreling. I'm gonna need a panic roll from everyone.
Keeping it together. Yes.
I got a 16.
It goes back to Canada.
I love this game. All right, so yeah, you're just catatonia. That's fine. You're staying where you are. And then
Not Henry's
everybody
Day.
else, what'd you do on
So
panic?
it says I flee. Where do I flee?
We're fleeing
could-
now.
I could imagine you cower in like the back corner of the tram.
Furthest place
Yup.
away from where I can be.
Yeah, and
Makes
then Lane, what was your panic? Anything there?
Oh, I got scream. So
Okay,
so just
great.
screaming.
So, and what did Kennedy get?
Keeping it together.
All right, so Kennedy, you're the one that slaps the big red button. The doors slam just as the queen's almost there, and the tram goes up at a rapid angle. And like it just flies towards the starport. You can hear the scream of the queen below, and you are certain she will follow. You have a moment to think about how you're going to get to your ship and stop her from getting to you.
Can I cut can we cut the tram car?
I think that's a reasonable call. How you want to do it?
Um, I'm assuming one of us could maybe hack into the terminal at the top and just release the safety locks.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. 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 You have to do it fast. So it's going to be hard. So you got to get 2 successes.
Lane, do you want to take a shot at this? This is science, your bread and butter.
Yeah, so
Um,
the tram flies up there, it halts, the doors fly open, and you see like the bright lights of the starport, which are on like residual power, so they're dimmer now. But like it's the clean finish of this like resort entry, not just industrial entry, that you saw when you got here and unloaded. This actually, the tram was how you brought the cargo in. So you see your ship across the way. There's the control panel over here. Yeah, if you want to try hacking into it, you gotta get 2 successes minimum to do it.
I'll try. Oh, I did it.
Oh,
Amazing.
good. Okay, so you all get out of there and describe how you do this.
Uh, I, I mean, it's just a little terminal, right? So I think that Lane just sort of hyper focuses on like doing it as quickly as possible and is like shutting out the world around her
Mm-hmm.
and sort of like loses all affect on her face and just like starts going at the computer.
Okay. Then, yep, you do that, and suddenly you hear like a thunk, 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 as like the safety locks are hitching from the tram itself, and like there's a cable unlock with a and suddenly there's a creak and then a vroom, as the tram starts rocketing down at the speed gravity will carry it down at that like incredibly steep angle, and you hear like a screech and a scream, and then like a metallic like angry scream as the acid of the queen's body like begins to melt the underside and like the tracks of the tram. But for now, that is taken care of. However, the army of xenomorph drones is right behind her, and they're probably very mad. So I would recommend you rush to your ship and get the hell off this colony.
I would very much like to do that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
please.
Yep. So run to your ship. You can like turn on the engines, fire up and cycle all of the like activator sequences, run all your rapid safety checks. And then I just need a comm check from someone, probably the pilot, to uh work through the security sequences
Yep.
with the starport to get the panel doors to open.
I'm skipping most of the safety checks because fuck it.
Yeah. You at least the security checks you need to do. So that's why you need a
Oh
comm check.
no. All
Yeah,
right,
just need a comm check roll for it. That's fine. And then if you fail, you can get help from Lane. But
I'm gonna try to push the roll.
mm-hmm.
One success, but I panic.
That you panic. What's the result?
I drop an item.
Okay, what do you drop? Or what items do you have?
I have the gun.
Uh-huh.
The I have like my little PDA.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it depends because if we're about to get out of here, maybe like the gun doesn't matter. But if you want the more thematic thing, maybe my hat flies off of me into like out into the spaceport.
Yeah, what I think happens is that your hat flies off and it like flies down the back of the ship off frame, and you don't know where it went. It gets like lodged behind something and you can't find it when this is done. So you manage to lift off. The big bay doors open on the starport. You get out and you see below you as like hundreds, if not thousands, of xenomorphs are crawling out of that tram like tunnel and filling the starport. And as you lift up, you can see how this like black chitinous material has spread around into the jungle and withered it. and it begins, and its tendrils are like flowing out in every direction in a radius around the center. And you lift up higher and you reach the cloud cover. The rockets are like rattling, your loader, because this is sort of that loader portion of the bigger ship up in above atmosphere. And you start to get above the cloud cover and you see the blackness of space. And there's a blip and another blip and another blip on the sensors. And it's lighting up. Comtech. Give me a Comtech roll, buddy.
Oh no. All right, we're almost out of here, guys. 2 successes, but I'm gonna panic.
Okay. And you do,
I
because
dropped
what you
one right off.
see are hundreds of colonial marine warships aimed at the colonial planetoid. And above them are Wayland Yutani research vessels in silent observation.
Yep, 2 successes and I drop an item, so this time I guess I do drop my gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh and they're in like this ordered formation, circling around the planet, just continuously observing their work. And there is a hail. How do you panic, by the way? You just dropped an item?
Yeah, I drop an item again.
Okay. Yeah, there's a hail. There's a bling, bling, bling.
This is shit, what's our cargo? What's our crew, our ship name?
Didn't have a name yet. Name it.
This is the let me just see something really quick because I need to see. Okay, yeah. This is the USCSS Icarus. Crew of the USCSS Icarus coming in.
Yes, this is Senior Director Arbitrar from Wayland Yutani, Research Operations. Thank you for your excellent work this week. Wayland Yutani is pleased to see that your efforts were successful in providing value-add change to our once thriving colony. With your participation, we have developed highly valuable information, and we thank you for your discretion. Please note that your signed NDAs with Wayland Yutani require full compliance, and due to our appreciation of your good work, we have decided to offer you significant bonuses in addition. Please note that upon your return to your home base, your employment with Wayland Yutani will be considered terminated, and any divulgence of proprietary company information will require the forfeit and return of all paid funds and wages acquired during your employment, as well as the immediate fulfillment of any incurred debts. Thank you for being part of the Wayu family. You are free to go.
I'm gonna silence the silence. Our microphones are gonna turn back. Does anyone have a problem with that before I take off? Are we okay with just leaving this?
I don't think there's much we can do, Haas.
Yeah.
It's good with me. I don't see any reason why. Yeah.
Like morally, we're okay with this. Okay.
Not one bit.
Could turn
All
in.
right.
That is fine by us. Our lips are sealed. Give us the bonus.
I love it. Okay. So you get back to your ship, and the captain has been worried about your well-being. He's normally unflappable, but he could not actually descend down to get his shore leave because they blockaded him.
You fucking rat bastard.
And he's just wordless. And you all then can go into cryo and return back to home base. How do you get into cryo? Joanna?
I was gonna say slowly. Kind of rattled by the whole situation. A lot more quiet. Like not even a complaint is really coming out of her at this point. Um, and kind of like takes her time going into cryo. I think. Well, I mean, puts on clothes first, and then goes into cryo.
Yeah, okay. And what about Kennedy?
I think if Joanna goes in the cryo, I think Kennedy's gonna like sit at the edge, and I think Kennedy's gonna look at Henry and be like, "Almost lost you today."
Yeah, I'm gonna just head to sleep. I don't really want to be awake from this no more. And Henry's just gonna go straight in.
Okay. Henry.
I think it was Henry that went to sleep.
Oh. Sorry. Okay.
Oh,
No, because
sorry.
yeah, no, Kennedy's still on. I think
Yeah.
like, Kennedy would turn to Lane and say, like, I'm sorry about what I said earlier in the week. You helped save our asses there, and we wouldn't have all got out alive if it wasn't for your help.
And we wouldn't have gotten out alive without your help. I told you you're a good pilot.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna make sure everybody's tip-top shape. I'm gonna check on things, make sure we're good to go. It's okay to go to sleep now.
Sweet dreams. And then Kennedy's gonna go to sleep.
And then the captain will also go under. And then what does Lane do?
I think Lane, as everybody sort of gets into their cryopods, she goes around, checks the tube on each, and she pulls up her little personal data transmitter and contacts the science officers. And she just says, with no affect, we have new data on 2 subjects. I believe they are ready to pop, so to speak.
Ah, yes. Unit L8N. Thank you for your feedback. It is most appreciated.
I will take care of the remaining 4 so that they do not get in the way of further operations. And she's going to methodically introduce just, I guess, extra carbon dioxide into the breathing tubes to slowly suffocate the 4 people who don't have chest bursters in them.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then
she'll pause. She'll pause above the pilot and just say, "You were a good pilot," as she turns the tube.
Mm-hmm. Henry, could you do me a favor? Could you roll panic?
I got an 11. What does that do?
Let me double check. Maybe you'll
Seek
find a place.
cover.
Well, you try, but unfortunately, you are strapped to a wall in a laboratory as your chest bursts open and you lose consciousness. Thank you for playing games with me, everybody.
I knew it. I knew it as soon as Andy said, I'm gonna go sleep last. I was like, we're fucking dead, but I can't meta
I was
this.
like, "Yep, we're dead. Nope, it's over."
I saw it on your face, and I was like, yes, I got him.
That's why I had to befriend you.
Mm-hmm. How does everybody feel? How y'all doing?
I thought we got out alive.
I knew we didn't get out alive. I was like, I don't know when, but we're dying.
Oh god, this was so fun. Thank you all. Please reintroduce yourselves again, starting with Calamity.
Hello, I'm Calamity. You can find me all over the internet as Hey Calamity with your Y's at the end. I do all kinds of stuff in the tabletop space. I'm all around with different people, so if you want to see what I do, follow me on socials. Mostly Threads and Blue Sky because the other one is dead.
Nick.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick. You can find me on all socials at Nobleman Nick, including the dying warship that is the Musk platform, and hopefully transitioning to the skies that are blue. But other than that, I'm the creative director over at Gehenna Gaming. You can go to our website. You will be at PAX U. And if you go to PAX U, you should play my new game that I designed, Eldritch Automata. It's got horrors, it's got mechs, it's got everything in between. And a big thank you for letting me play Alien.
Thank you for playing with me. Andy, what about you?
I'm Andy Morgulski, Margot Mods Games Online. I got off of X a long time ago,
Smart choice.
so please leave that ship and come join us on Threads or Blue Sky or wherever you want to chat. And I do primarily D&D writing.
Adam.
Hey there, I'm Adam. I again do all kinds of TTRPG AP stuff all over the place. You can find me at Adam5GMs on Twitter/X and at AdamCGG on just about everything else. I'll probably streamline that at some point. Mainly, you can find me at 5GMs in a Trench Coat. We're a award-winning podcast AP. We switch GMs, we switch games. We try to highlight smaller indie RPGs and just other RPGs that aren't D&D. We are playing D&D currently. It's a great time, but just for the most part, we're focusing on other games. You can also find me right now, not tomorrow, but the following Friday, and you can kind of catch up. I've been on Nerds with Dice, a game run by Rara. It's been a great time. It was never a tree, and it's really fun. But yeah, you can come see us. And again, thanks for having me. And I got to play Alien, and I got to cosplay as a trucker. So
Heck yeah. And I am Juicy Garland. You can find me on the internet at Juicy Garland or at juicy.garland. You can also find me in a whole bunch of stuff with Tabletop Tailspinners, like All Our Faults, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast. You can also find me on the Queer XP and a whole bunch of stuff, on Roll D5 a couple of times, and a whole bunch of other places because I'm an internet slut. You can also thank Rachel Cordell for doing the VO work in my ad for Bevan976, and Mika from Roll D5 for helping me write the copy for it. And then the music I used for that, which was delicious. I'm going to give the attributes for that. So that was free to use, but I do have to cite it. So that is Coconut Caprice by Alexander Nakarada at creatorchords.com, licensed under the Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0. And I really am so glad that you all joined me for this craziness. I had so much fun, and I hope you did too. Thanks.